All right, my man. We got Perk for a hot minute there. You said, "Hold up, I got to change," and I was like, "Fucking, he's 2019 Atwood. He's
No,
going to
no,
get his
no,
medals." These
no.
boys are talking little. These boys are talking slick on some posts on some podcasts. You had to remind some people.
Look, there's so much. Look, I just got done training. I think if all brought all my hardware out here, it'd be too heavy right now. So I'm just
but
no, no, no.
so well, first off, how is training? Obviously, you got a comp coming up. How you feeling?
Uh, Feeling good, honestly, man. I think I literally told Joe this today. Like I feel better than whenever I hit 851. I'm saying this all the time to my wife, but I'm just like, dude, I feel so good right now. Like we're in a flow state. We're locked in on like everything. Like all three of my lifts I can say are going good right now, and I haven't been able
Mm,
to see that in years. Usually it's just like, and I feel like it's common for most lifters is like two will be good, but one will be bad. Two will be bad, but one will be good. There's always one that's good, but like right now, like all of them, I feel like I can PR on right now, and I don't know. I feel like the sky's the limit at this point. Like, and my body feels good as well. I'm not getting like any major work done. Like I get cupped once or twice a week, but no like chiropractor, man, like therapist, like stuff like that, like I used to do,
mm.
like pre Sheffield, post Worlds, because I was having like back issues every once in a while, hip issues every once in a while. But now I'm just like, I got aches and pains like everyone else, but it's not like I feel like I'm fine. I can do whatever. I was like, bro, you put 340 on the bar right now. I'm squatting it. And I'm not saying it's gonna be air, but it's going. I'll squat it right now. That's how I'm feeling. Like I'm on that type of timing. Like I feel like right now, if I keep trending the way I'm trending on bench, as long as it doesn't go up to like 225, I might try to shoot for the world record on bench for at Sheffield. Like that's how I'm feeling. I'll at least get close. So I'm not saying I'll break it, but I'm thinking like at least 212. I think the record's like 215 and a half, 217. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I'm getting like up there. And then deadlift, I don't even know at this point. I have no ceiling because I'm just doing whatever right now.
So do you, so people were trying to crunch numbers and wondering what the game plan might be for the Advances meet. This
Mm-hmm.
is a big meet. The roster stacked between you, also Joe B, whom in some ways, if someone thinks that there's a threat to you being pound for pound king, and we could talk, we got a lot to talk about. From the
Mm-hmm.
young guns in the 74s coming at you to the pound for pound title and people trying to come at you, like you have potentially Rondell, who's a bigger man,
Mm-hmm.
to try to lay claim to it. And when we could talk about it, but also Joe B. Some people are saying this is Joe B's era, and Joe B's back from Worlds, and Joe B has some stiff competition. Ade, Joe B said himself, he won on the scoreboard at Worlds by fucking like 40 keys, but in reality, he won by 1 inch.
Yeah, yeah,
That's how
yeah.
close that A was. In reality, I was like, how close was that battle, Joe B? And he's like, and I like because by the kilos, it was a pretty big long shot. And Joe B's like 1 inch. That's how close it was. Don't tell me the kilos. He almost had me. So we got some battles here. There's a lot to be said at the Advances meet. What can we expect from you?
To be honest, I don't even know what to expect because training is just going so well. So I mean, like anything is crazy on the day. Um, I will say I don't think this meet will be easy. I think people think it's gonna be like a cakewalk. But I I really think that I'm lucky. I think I'm the lucky one in it because everyone else has come, which I guess is good for me because that means I guess I'm so far ahead of my other like people in my weight class. But like I'm lucky that like Joe has to watch Ade and they like
Mm.
have to battle that out. Like I'm lucky that Rondell has Nonzo and like they have to battle it out. Like it's I guess it's a little bit less till so you get the deadlift for Rondell. Depends on how Rondell does on squat and bench. I don't know how that's going for him right now. He really doesn't post like that. He posts on YouTube, but I don't
Oh.
watch YouTube, so I don't know what's going on. But they just have other people to like at least keep an eye on. Whether like I guess I have both of them to keep an eye on, if you want to say that, but I doubt they're paying more attention to me than the other people, if that makes sense. Because like we said, like I think I do agree Joey B and Ade are the closest. I think they're like definitely within a 10 to 15 kilo spread. It just depends on who pulls last, who gets the last deadlift. Has anyone missed any lifts? You know, but
Mm,
if they're going going 6 for 6 into deadlift, that's like anybody's game.
dog. Ade's like, if Ade just lands that final dead, it's happened to him twice now, and he gets close. And you had said it depends who pulls last. Honestly, I don't know who's got a bigger deadlift between the two of them.
Exactly.
Ade's got a land one. Joey B's got a monster deadlift on him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. He tried to do 365 for a double in the gym, which is like over 800 pounds. My man is freaking an 83 junior. Like, what the hell are we talking about? But Ade's also got an insane deadlift. Eventually, he's going to hit, but he's not posting a lot. Ade, I can't tell where he's at. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I guess I'm lucky in that department, but I'm all, like people always know me. Joe knows me. I'm gonna hold my competitors to the same pedestal I would hope they would hold me. And I'm thinking like Joey B definitely has like over 900 in him, 900 to 915. I think that's possible.
Oh
Uh,
shit. Okay. I was okay. Well, let's get into this thing because I was going to
with,
ask you what you're expecting.
with Rondell, I really don't know. Like I have no clue. It just depends on if he like. Oh, other thing about Rondell, he competes at SBD Austin like a month
Oh,
later.
dog. This is a storyline where going into PA Nats, he cooked himself with a massive 925 key, like 125-pound deadlift. It was freaking or something like that. It was
Mhm.
crazy. It was absolutely insane. It would have been the biggest deadlift we've seen in the IPF history, regardless of weight class. Cooked himself and then came into PA Nats and he said, generationally fatigued from this deadlift.
Mhm.
Posted up 10-10, which is incredible. 10-10, incredible for a 120. Would cream all the other 120s. Bob Matthews did 10-20 or 10-30 in the gym. So, Inanzo at Avancus is nothing to scoff at. Nonzo did in the gym 985 and he had room to spare. And he also has a freaking monster deadlift, 415 in the gym. So if Nonzo can push and he's young and God knows if everything lines up for this young man, would it be crazy to say that Nonzo does 1,000 keys? No, I don't think it's crazy. It's 15. Well, look, we weren't talking around 1,000 keys. What's 15 kilos? It's a freaking bench press. Like it's a third
Literally.
attempt bench press, right? So when you're as big as these guys, can Nonzo make Rondell extend just enough that he's a little fatigued? And then Nonzo passes the baton to Bob Matthews, and Bob Matthews keeps running. They're going to relay race this guy. The
Oh
only
yeah, that's
problem
like
is Rondell's not passing the baton. He's just running
listen.
himself.
If I was Rondell, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not caring about advances. I'm just going just to go. I'll do what needs to be done, but like I would definitely prioritize Bob as like the main thing. And you can just use that as I guess an excuse if you want to. I guess it's not good promotion for advances. So I wouldn't say it out loud, I guess. But no, like definitely like Bob's the bigger fish to fry. So
Well,
like
here's the thing. So okay, so Bob's probably the bigger threat. He's a more mature athlete. He's been in the game longer. Obviously, Nonzo's like 20.
well, I'm just
However,
thinking because Bob and Rondell have always been going at it. That's why I'm saying like
right,
I guess with Nonzo it just started, so it's still kind of fresh. And maybe like newer lifters are probably like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see that battle. But like I've been waiting to see this for
dog,
since what
come on.
2021 2020. I don't look.
Feel
I've been
like my
waiting.
whole life.
Yeah, right.
Feel like my whole life. Here's the thing. Here's the one thing. But so okay, I don't think Rondell is going to get clapped by Nonzo. All right, like shit would really have to hit the fan for that to happen. However, can Nonzo make him work too much so that by the time Bob gets him, he's vulnerable. This is the conversation because again, he was roughed up, shows up at PA Nats. Now he would tell you, I loaded up on my last deadlift. So I didn't get it. I ended up with 10-10. All right. Bob would say, I'm gonna make you load up on your last deadlift. You're not gonna get it, right. Like if you miss that against me, people have been waiting. People are gonna be really disappointed.
Oh, and now
It's
you got
it.
you got to be more excited for this competition now.
I mean, I love that's why Advances, even like there's a lot going on in Advances, obviously, like from Joey B and Ade and Angelo in the mix to yourself. Let's see what you do, and we'll talk about that in a minute. To yeah, like they got some good solid lifters in there. Heather Connor, can she reply to Turbo Tiff, who did 450 at World Games and where we at? Like obviously Advances got a lot, but I am interested. I also want to know, does Nonzo, do you think, hit 1,000 kilos?
At this comp, I don't know because also I don't know how, and it's like their first time like having to travel like that
Yeah.
distance. Like this is home turf for us. This is easy. I'm literally driving 2 hours, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just hopping in the
You eat
car.
breakfast. You eat breakfast at home. Tidy up and go on a
That's what I'm
flight.
saying. Like,
I mean, honey, let's
literally in
go
my
down. Hop in the
backyard.
car.
So
Yeah.
like it's chill, but it's like we haven't seen the Europeans, or you can say UK, travel over to the US and compete. And I just wonder what that's, because no one has that effect like the Americans going all the way over all the time. Whether it's like for a GB, it's like a what, 2 hour flight, 3 hour flight, maybe, like into wherever they need to go to.
How about this? How about this? Let me not do a yes, no, pass, fail type verbiage for it. Let me ask you this way. What is the percentage chances Nonzo breaks into the thousand kilo club? Because it can't be 100%, and it can't be a zero either.
Okay, I'll give you two answers. If he is, if he's pulling for the win,
Fuck me. If he's pulling for the win, something
I
went
give him
wrong with Rondell.
50%. I give him 50%.
But sorry,
I
50?
give him 50-50 if he's pulling for the win. But if it's something like achievable and it's kind of like a not pulling for the win, he's pulling first, and Rondell has to outpull him to overstretch him, I give him like 70%. Because at least
Okay.
like he knows he has to hit something, it's like boom, and then Rondell has to go over it. At least he still gets that 1,000 kilos, and he thinks that's enough. But then I think Rondell will load up whatever he has to load up, and then that'll push him over that edge to like it, that generational fatigue will hit for SBD Austin at that point. So I'm probably still giving it to Rondell in the end, just because vet, and that's Rondell. But I think Nonzo, yeah, I think he could total 1,000. I think it's possible. 70% chance. I'll give it to him.
Going opposite. I'm going to say 30%. I'm going to say 30%. He's got a chance. It's on the table for him. I think he's a young guy, and the flight, time zone change, new country, the whole nine. It's across the pond. I know he's done different nations, but that's throughout Europe, and they live so close. It's like a domestic flight for you
Yeah.
guys in the U.S., right? Where this is the real deal now. He could do it, no question. It's more likely he doesn't than he does, but he's capable of doing it. I 100% believe he's capable of doing it. I 100% believe he will do it eventually. Is he going to do it at Avancus October 11th? 30% chance. Got to tune in. If he does do a G and forces Rondell to do a G, now we're talking. However, Rondell did 990, I think, for reps in August,
Mhm.
which makes me wonder, does a G take a lot out of him for Bob? I don't know. I don't know. Of course, Bob's more than Bob's like, well, fuck, who gives a shit about a G? I'm going G20, G30. What are we talking about here? Be
Are
careful.
you gonna
Be
be?
careful
Are you
when you're
gonna be
talking
at?
about.
You gonna be at SBD Austin?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll be there too. Or I
Oh
live
yeah.
here, so you assume. But yeah, no, yeah, I'm so
Oh
excited.
yeah.
Oh no, so yeah, back to Joey B. I do think like he's probably the main person I'm looking at for.
Well, I'm excited. Joey B versus Ade for Advances is probably the most, for me, the number one showdown I want to see.
Well, you just made this other showdown sound so good to me. So now I don't even know who to pick. At first,
Oh
that was
God, there's some good
automatic.
showdowns. Yeah,
I was automatic. I was like 83s for sure. But then you just said all that. Now I'm like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't know. But no, yeah, I think it'll be good to see. It also depends on like what Joey B wants to do as well. I don't know how he feels about it, but I mean, I do think 3 months is not enough time to recover from a RP 10 all around competition for me. I just maybe it's because I'm old now. You can call me old. I'm 3 years older
Oh.
than him, or 4 years older than
Are
him.
you really?
I'm
Man, you're like
26.
you are like forever young in my heart for some reason. I'll always think of you as like you could be 37 years old when I'm gonna see you and be like, goddamn junior out there. Look at this kid.
Yeah, that's
He's,
what
he's
Pete says all the time. Pete's like, you're literally still a sub junior in my head all the time. I'm like,
well, not that far. I'm not going that far for God's sake,
I'm like,
but
okay, okay. But yeah, I don't see that being something that I would want to try to recover from. I'm not saying it's not possible that he can't recover from it, but if this is what you want, by all means, take it. Because I mean, I'm not like everyone has their different things that they want and how they want to do things. If he wants to go RP 10 to make sure he wins this comp, hey, big dog, do it. But I'm just
like,
saying,
okay,
I think 3 months. I
like
think 3 months is too much. I mean, it's not enough time though. For me, I'm not going RP 10 on all my lifts.
I was just about to ask you, really? So you're not okay? What is your plans then for you?
I mean, when do I ever actually go RP 10 though? Really? Are we,
That's why I want to see you go. I want to see you drop that hammer.
uh, like I'm pushing a little bit, but it's not gonna be like a if it's close and I need to pull for the win, I'll definitely try to pull for the win. But if I'm like by the time I get the second deads, it just depends on like what's on there. If it's like, is it worth it to go for? Are we gonna overextend to where like we think we're gonna have very bad? I wanna come out of this meet feeling as fatigued as I did coming out of Worlds, and that wasn't fatiguing at all. Like I went back and trained and hit a PR triple with 290 on conventional the week after I competed. Like I want to feel that good. I can go to the gym literally the next day and do a week, my last week of training. That's how I want to go. Like, and if things go really good and I end up PRing my total because of that, so be it. And that's just gonna prove more that I still have room to spare, which we'll talk more about that later too.
Okay, we'll go into the rest of Avancus, but first let's hang out here for a minute. Let's hang out with you, your performance. Um, you've the 74s are getting loud,
Mhm.
and people are saying it's close. You've mentioned yourself, it ain't close. This is like the old you guys think you're close, but you have no idea. Do you feel like you need to make a statement to push people back? Are you looking to make a statement to push people back? Or what are your thoughts on all of this? What are your thoughts on yeah.
It's always about making a statement. I think I do. That's like my goal every competition. I feel like I always have something where I can. There has to be a reason that I'm doing a competition. It can't be just to win. So like for Worlds, it was to show that Sheffield was a dud meet because I was injured. I'm keep putting that in quotes because I wasn't like I lifted, so I can't call myself injured, but I definitely wasn't 70%. I say like I was probably like 60% going
Mm.
to Sheffield. Like terrible. I was cramping the whole time on squat. Bench, I started cramping as well in places I've never cramped on bench. And then deadlift, my back was just literally 50% that day. And that already felt like I got gas on the squat. So it was just done for that day. So the goal going into Worlds was like, Joe, I want to do this. I know we never had a podcast after Worlds. So yeah, let me
We
trip
did,
on
we did,
it.
we did. Yeah, yeah. You were talking about it hit and hurt. You
No, no, no,
remember
no, no.
you were on?
After Worlds, not after Sheffield. We had one
Oh
after Sheffield,
shit.
but
Okay,
not
that's
Worlds.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
Did
yeah.
we not have a podcast at the Worlds?
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
my wife was like, "Did you not have a podcast with him after Worlds?" And I was like, "No, we didn't."
Shit, we had ours before Worlds.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what throws me off because I'm like, dude, we had one in studio, but no, that was before. Shit, dude. Okay, let's back this up a second
yeah.
here. Frig.
So yeah, so the goal was just to go into Worlds and like prove to everyone that like that was Sheffield was a dud meet, and that total was like basically easy. So that was the goal of going in and only taking 5 out of 9 attempts to show that like I'm literally, and apparently PA Natsa came, and then Elliott had hit 800, and he was the youngest to hit 800, and they were like, oh, he's getting closer. And I'm like, Joe, we got to shut this down. we can't be letting people think this. What is going on right now? So that's in my head. I was like, let's just put up the same total. Let's not push it. My wife's not going to be there. My baby's going to be born like literally a month after. Like, let's just go get it done so I can leave, get back. I don't want my wife to have my baby whenever I'm not there. So I was like, I literally came in 2 days before, basically left the night of, because I left I got a shuttle from the hotel at Worlds at like 4 a.m. So I didn't even go to sleep. After I competed, didn't even go to sleep. So, all right, let's just make this a go do it trip, do whatever. And yeah, like 842 and a half, 5 attempts. None of them were hard. You could say, I think I had at least 10 kilos left on the squat. I think I had at least 10 kilos left on the deadlift. And if you want to give me 2.5 kilos only on the bench, give me a 2.5 on the bench. I'll take that too. How many kilos is that? 22 and a half?
Right.
That's like 860. And that's you just giving it to me. That's you just giving it to me 10. You can take 10 away if you want to. That's still better than my best total. So that was the whole point. So that was the goal for Worlds, just to prove that, like, I guess no one was close, but I guess you can say 15 kilos more is close. But if you hit a number and you go 9 for 9, is that not different as someone hitting a number and only going 5 for 9 on purpose? I don't think like math is math not math.
Did you hear the Elliott podcast when he came on?
Didn't listen
Elliott
to it.
Sykes.
Everyone told me not to listen to it. They were like, don't listen to it. I was
really?
like, all right.
No, they told you not to.
Yeah, they were like, bro, they were like, he's talking crazy. We know that's like, of course I know what he said and how he said it or whatever, like broad spectrums of it. But they were like, that's just gonna make you even more mad. And I don't like training mad anymore. Like I like try to be happy. You know, I don't want to like negative energy everywhere. So like I try to lift positively, but then when I do get angry, I feel like that's how I was lifting. Like when I hit 851 and I was just like trying to prove to everyone I was better than Taylor at that point. Like that was like the whole mindset in my head. So they were just trying to keep me out of like the negative, because I've been on a vibe with like at Worlds, I listen to no music until like I listened to rain noises the whole time leading into deadlift. And then I got mad because Joe only let me take 200. I wanted to take 205 that day. And so on my second, and so I was pissed. And so then I started listening to actual music. And then I was like, put 325 for the opener. And I'm like, bro, just put it on. He was like, are you sure? He's like, oh, it's kind of like the heaviest opener you've ever had. And I was like, I don't care. And I was pissed. And so like they knew I was going to get into that mindset, which is not a bad thing, but we try to keep negativity out these days. But no, yeah, I didn't hear anything. My granddad told me he was talking trash though. You know, my granddad.
Oh, dude, you're great. You're great, Dad. So okay, one thing, competitively, but as in terms of like attacking you like old school Ricky Cho style, no, not like that.
Not like that. Okay,
Elliott,
okay.
Elliott doesn't do that. But in terms of like, I'm coming for you, I want your spot, like you would do as a sports competitor, 100%.
Everyone takes shots at the king. Everyone takes shots at the king. It's cool.
This is the thing, 100%. When you're the king, you're the pound for pound king. You have the biggest target, only the biggest target. If you're a world champion in your weight class, everyone's coming. They want what you have, period. But if you're pound for pound the guy, holy shit. And Elliott seems like he thinks, okay, I want that number one spot. So it wouldn't be, I don't know if you get mad, but for sure, it depends how you are though. Like a Penna for 100%, you say you got what he has, he's like, well, fucking, I'm going to hold my ground. And he will get fired up. It kind of depends. But so, okay, a couple of interesting things. First off, I didn't know you don't like to train, because before I was used to you chasing Taylor and when the shoe was on the other foot. But I guess, but then again, Taylor was also felt the same way too. I guess it depends where you're at in your journey.
Yeah, like I
If you're
think
the
it
guy,
depends on what like how you are in your life and your journey and stuff like that. Cause like I mean I can still tap into that if I want to, if I need to, but like I liked feeling happy at Worlds. Worlds that like last Worlds was my first Worlds where I was like happy. I was talking like to people. I was talking to Joe's client. Joe was there. I was talking to like all the US coaches. I was talking to Joshua Wright, like the whole time until I got the deadlift and I was mad after bench. But then I was happy right after deadlift. But no, yeah, I try to like, I don't know. It's like the positivity is good, and I don't want to have to be angry to lift something heavy, if that makes sense. Like I was always in that mindset, like I need to be angry so I can get this weight. Whether
mm,
now, like when I squatted that 700 at Worlds at 317 and a half, like I was just chilling. Like I was talking before, literally, I was going up to it. I was like thinking in my head, I was like unracking it. I was like, damn, that was pretty easy. Walking it out, I was the squatting, and I was like, damn, that was actually easier than I thought. And then Joe was like, do you want to go up? Like, do you want to just break it just cause, but not do put on what we want to put on the Sheffield? And I was like, nah, I'm fine. I was just like, I was like, let's just continue about our day. It's fine. It's whatever. So like, I just like being in that more of a positive attitude. But I'm not gonna not talk trash back if you talk trash. I'm not gonna just sit there and take it. Like I'm not gonna be the first person. Like, I don't know. He sounds a little angry sometimes or upset. And I'm like, bro, I'm the one who brought you up to everyone. I'm not even trying to, I'm not even trying to talk trash. I didn't start talking trash till everyone started doing all the talking. And I was like, okay, well, let me just talk the trash back. But I mean, I don't take it personally at all. I know it's you know me, like I was an athlete at first. So I don't think like he's never said anything personal, like it's whatever. But like you said, like Panna, I'm gonna stand on business and I'm gonna
mm.
hold my ground. So it's whatever.
It'll definitely make showdowns like when it finally happens more interesting for
I
sure.
did
No
the
question
same
about
thing to Taylor, so I can't be upset that he's doing it. Like,
right. Yeah. And he isn't, I'll tell you this, like he by no means would is gonna get personal on you and get weird sideways on you. He says, like, obviously you're the guy.
right.
But you got what he wants anyways. But how do you feel if like when Ilya's around, when Elliott's around, if all these people emerge, because Ilya is also extremely confident. Like he is extremely confident now, and he definitely talks too, but in the vein of confidence, not in the vein of like coming at nobody. But I know you're in it right now in a different mind state and vibe. But will when it changes and everyone's around and it becomes a battle and there's hype around it and there's will this how will this impact you? Will it impact you negatively because you prefer the positivity? Is this going to be something where he thinks I got to ratchet up the heat? Then he doesn't like this. Maybe this throws him off a little bit in his lifting, or are you like, nah, we're good. I'm just enjoying the peacetime because it's peacetime. But if it turns into wartime, we got to battle it out.
Oh no,
You're
yeah,
fine. Or
no, yeah, facts. Like, I don't think like I don't think it would rattle me any. Like, if anything, like it's just gonna make me more locked in than what I need to be. But like, I'm not sweating it at all. Like I 100% think. I hope Taylor listens to this. I hope he listens to, or someone send this to him. I feel like I think I texted him about this as well. I was like, I feel like him. Whenever I was like, I hit 800, he had like 810, 815 at that point.
I think
And
812 and a half.
I thought I
Yeah.
was close, but he already knew. Like, I feel like once you get to the level and time you've spent like he has, you understand when you see things and how people act and how your training's going, that you're just in a different place than what they are, like on the platform. As in, I don't know how his mindset is like personally, but no, yeah, I think that like when I say it's not close and you think it's close, I think everyone will be like, damn, okay, yeah, he was like right. Like whenever he was saying all that, whenever I was in the position Elliott's in now, I was like, bro's just talking. He wasn't just talking. So
When
I
you
mean,
were on the come up,
yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, like, I think I'm just like, I get wanting to chase, I get being confident in yourself, but numbers just don't lie. I'll say that. Numbers will never lie to you. So I mean, like as long as I'm healthy, I think I can't be beat. Honestly, right now, I can't be beat. I do think they're getting stronger, and I'm glad they're getting stronger because it brings more eyes. Because I know everyone was talking about me having like the Amanda effect and it like being
Mm,
like too far. Um,
yeah.
but I'm glad that like I'm glad they are getting stronger. I don't not want anyone to get stronger. I don't want to like I do want to be the best, and I want to prove that I'm the best by far. But like, I'm not gonna prey on anyone else's downfall. Them being stronger is gonna make me stronger. Like I've been so locked in, even more at that Elliott's been talking. I've just been like, all right, well, like I got to make sure this is right. I got to make sure this right. I got to actually make sure I'm like long pausing my benches now. Let me make sure that I'm checking depth like mentally while I'm squatting. Like I'm just being more aware of things rather than just being like, ah, it'll be fine. And it'll be fine. Um, because like I'm never gonna be I hate to bring it up, but I refuse to be like the rest endurance thing where it's like I just go in and be like, I'm gonna win. I'm still gonna think that you're gonna do like your best, or I'll like calculate you high. Like when I competed against Shell at Worlds, I was like, he has like 830 in him. I was like, we got to be ready to hit like 850. And that was the goal. The goal was 851 when we went to Worlds that year. So it's
Mm.
like same thing. Like I just know I gotta be ready. I'm just getting stronger too. I don't know if they don't think, I guess because I haven't hit a meet like a total PR, people think like I'm not getting better, but I mean, it's whatever. Think what you want to think, man.
End of the day, for sure, when you look back at your career, like you brought up the Amanda effect, and that's real. As sports fans, we will remember the moments going into it where we're like, "Holy shit, this is good. This is a showdown. Oh my god, I don't know who's going to win." You probably know by watching other people's weight classes, being like, "I don't know who's going to win this. Like, this is crazy." Like you brought up Jurens and Russ when they rematched at Sheffield, throw Addy in the mix, and it was like, I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know. Anybody can take it. It makes it as opposed to watching one team like it's a basketball game, and by the fourth quarter you already know who won, and you're like, all right, well, if you're honest, sometimes you knew in the first quarter.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily so. When you look back, you're talking about this world, and it was like obviously it's comfortable, I guess, because you're like you won, like you had that wrapped up, right? So, but as a sports fan, if there was someone there that's going to make you take all 9 attempts, and you can't miss, even if you're the favorite, all right, but you're going to have to take all 9, and it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be that's something that even you'll be uncomfortable because you'll be forced. You'll it's uncomfortable to know, all right, we can't slip. You know, if we slip, they slide. We gotta rock and roll here. But when you look back on your career, let's say like 15 years down the road, it'll be those moments. Like
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, Russ, freaking Worlds 2024 to Sheffield 2025. There's a lot of uncomfortable moments, all uncomfortable. But tell me that span there made a chapter in Russ's. If he ever writes an autobiography, that'll be the best chapter. Not the 3 years in a row when he won by 20 kilos. It'll be like that chapter will be sensational. And so, anyways, all that to say that if the other contenders live up to hype and you guys have like a crazy showdown and everybody's like, oh my gosh, I don't know who's going to win or whatever, it'll be this is when we're starting to cook with something. But we haven't seen it yet. And right now it's all just conjecture and it's all
Yeah.
just hope. And to your point, it's like, I'm not too sure we're there yet. I'm not too sure we could talk about how close we are. But we'll have to see. And that's why some people like maybe Avancus will see Perk drop the hammer. We'll see if there's a spread. Now, you not letting there be a spread and showing your hand, so to speak. If we're playing cards, you holding
Mm-hmm.
your cards close to your chest keeps the conversation going. At Sheffield, will we still be having this conversation though?
Oh, definitely not. Nah.
No, that's getting put to bed.
No,
That
yeah.
conversation's getting put
Oh
to
yeah,
bed.
they're gonna bury that. 6 feet deep, big dog. That's not. Yeah, I'm not like. As long as, like I said, as long as I'm healthy, Sheffield is about to be crazy. Like I think that's gonna be like I'm not saying any numbers because if it goes bad, people are gonna talk. If it goes good, people are gonna talk. If it goes amazing, I think it'll change like history. But no, I think Yeah, no one will be saying anything. I think they might try to still put it to bed for advances, but there'll be things that people could say if they want to say that they're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, no, he just did this instead of this. But it like we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know.
How does it feel being the king now, as opposed to previously when you're on the way up? Like we are talking about how, like positionally, previously you were like Taylor. For some reason, it's always the 74s that's king. But Taylor was the king. You were chasing. Now you're the king, and others are chasing you. How has it? How is it different now? Is it some people like on the way up? There's nothing like on the way up, but once you get it, you're just retaining it. You're fighting other people off, and it feels different. But on the way up, you know, it feels different because you're chasing and you don't you got it all in your head. And how has that process been different for you in terms of the journey now that you're here and you have it, and other people are trying to take it?
I don't, to be honest, I can feel like I say this a lot, especially to you. I just don't think I really don't take my competitors as like a, I'm not worried about them, honestly. I'm like, I'm looking to other weight classes. That's my whole thing. Like, I'm still chasing like Joey B. Like, I still want like to out total 83s. That's what I want. And so, like,
Mm.
I say this all the time. They're chasing me, but I'm chasing a whole nother weight class. So it's kind of like we have different mindsets. And I know like you're trying to close that gap, but I'm still trying to press that gap. I haven't like been like, oh, I'm comfortable. Because I got comfortable at one point and then I didn't like powerlifting or feel good, or I wanted to quit for like another year or two after that. So like pre-COVID basically, or post-COVID. Um, but like now I'm just like we said, like people are gonna take shots at me. That's fine. It's just like a wasp buzzing in your ear or whatever. I'm just like, all right, okay, I hear you. That's good. It's fine. I'm like locked in to like this 50 kilos ahead of me person. And I was like, I gotta close this gap. It's like we're it's like running track. And I'm just like, there's someone ahead of me. And I'm like, oh, I'm like trying to catch them. I'm not worried about the person catching me behind me. I'm trying to make sure I catch this person in front of me and trying to pass them. So I mean, like, it's fine. If they were like hitting something crazier, I would be worried. Like if they were like their totals were the exact same as mine, I would be definitely a little more worried. But I think like I'm more worried about Ilya now than Elliott, because it was Elliott at first, but now Ilya's hit like 830. And that's really good.
Mm.
I know it wasn't like an IPF meet, but I mean, I still think that that's closer. Numbers don't lie. I mean, like, if we all three went against each other, I think they would be more worried about each other slipping up rather than trying to catch me, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like it would be more, and I would still just be worried about trying to make sure I hit the biggest total ever at that point. Or if I felt like I was so far ahead of them, I would just do the 5 for 9 thing again. But no, yeah, I mean, it's it doesn't feel really that different, like I said, though, just because I'm still chasing someone. It's not like I don't feel like I'm at the top and I'm like trying to fend off everyone else below me. I guess when it comes to like best lifter, I think that way. But as a 74, I'm kind of just like,
Mm. Sometimes that's the mentality to have. A lot of times to stay in the hunt, hungry, you head on straight. You recognize I like chasing, so now you're a big game hunter. So now you're
mhm.
chasing Joe B. You chase Joe B. How do I close the gap on Joe B?
I
Whoever's
like,
behind me is behind me.
yeah. Like I'm not like, my dad always taught me when I was playing football, keep looking forward. Don't turn around. Don't look to see who's chasing you, how close they are. Just keep going. So I'm just like it's not like, I know me and Joe both competitors. We're part of the same like brand and everything with clothing and everything, equipment, all that, whatever you want to say. So like we talk, we know it's all competitiveness. And like he knows I'm chasing him, but he's not chasing me. Like I think he's not worried about me chasing him. I don't think he's worried about me at all. I think he's worried about like trying to chase the 93s. I think that's the type of time I
Mm,
was on. And that's great. And I'm happy for him that he's doing that. But to me, he's the villain in my story, you know? But
hmm.
to him, I'm not the villain in that story unless you want to look at best lifter in 83s. he's not looking probably at anyone else really. Maybe Ade to keep it even, but I know he wants the 93s. I know that he's closer than the 93s than I am to him. So I know that's what he's worried about at that point. I just
He is
think
close, huh?
I think it's levels to this, man. It's levels to it. There's
Yeah,
always
I mean, do you think if Ilya hits that 850, you might look behind your shoulder if because he said 850. He's like, I want 850 in December. But that, I mean, people say that you proof is in the pudding, obviously. But would that make a difference or no?
no, because Avances is first. So I think like whatever I do at Avances, people are gonna be like, oh, okay, still like even if he did hit 850. But then I mean people are just gonna talk for less than a month at that point. Cause then I have Sheffield and I'm like, I'm about to light
That's
this.
true. You
Oh
get to reply. You get to reply.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. You guys are about to go back and forth. That
Yeah.
will not be the last. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, our Will Ball, oh my God, man. Like, first off, with the 93s, talking about Joe B being relatively close. And it's true. Joe B hit it 900. In the 93s are at 920. 20 kilos isn't that crazy when you get that heavy. But Will Ball is 19. 19 years old. And the Young Bucks, man, as soon as he did it, he's calling out Russ. It's on video. It's floating around. He's like, "What's up now, Russ? What's up now?" Like on
Oh, I
video. Did you
didn't see
see
that.
that?
I didn't see that. I
Oh
didn't see
yeah.
that.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my God.
He wants a reply from Russ. Like Russ is like, God damn, I'm 30 years old. This dude's 19, and here we go. Like, what the hell is going on with the world right now?
Oh yeah, Junior's
But
going crazy right now. They're going crazy.
19 years old, Will Ball. Couldn't freaking believe it. But you're right. Joe B is relatively close still at 900 kilos. We'll have to see. The big thing would be with Joe B in terms of Avances is the fact that Addy is there. Does he go 900 and go all out? Do you think he'll have to? You were saying you anticipated. Yeah, okay, you do. That means you probably got Addy around 900 as well then.
Yeah, I got like,
Okay.
bro, I'm assuming that both of them can hit 890 again. If they need to push, I think I said this to you like off air whenever we were at Worlds. I think like I said, I think Joey B is like he can hit 915 on like a perfect day, but like
Holy shit, really? That dude, that's huge.
no, yeah, I think if he holds on to a deadlift, he's got it. If his bench is up to par like it was at PA Nats, he's got it. And then as long as his squat doesn't tax him any, I think it really doesn't matter what he squats. He'll just tack it on to his deadlift. I just think that like I think 915 is the ceiling, is what I'm saying. So like I think realistically they're both around the 890 to 900. And it'll be like I said, I think it'll be on the last pool where unless like Ade or him miss a bench and a squat. Like someone misses a squat or a bench. But other than that though, like if Joey B is just on that day, bro, I think 915. Like
Holy shit,
I'm
that's
not
crazy.
I'm not messing with that, to be honest. Well, yeah, I'm not messing with that, to be honest.
Let's look at if we're doing the percentage game again. Because looking at his training, I know he did 885 in the gym, and the squat was for reps. He tried to double the deadlift, didn't get it. I think it was a single arm bench. I think it's 50-50 equals nine. I say that because he hasn't been murder. He's been doing obviously phenomenal in the gym, but it hasn't been like, oh my gosh, like he hasn't gone over nine. So he has a cushion. And I think Ade's close. The only thing is Ade has not been posting. I don't know what the hell's going on with Ade,
He doesn't want
but
anybody, but I think he about to be like Bob and put up something crazy.
he might though. That's the problem. Like back in like July, Ade's crushing. Went a little bit radio silence on us, and now you don't know where he's operating at. But if Ade shows up and he's also close to nine, Joe's got to play a tighter game. He's got to be careful
Oh,
because
see, all right. So since we're talking about this, it's I feel like a lot of people don't give that respect. When you have competition, it's different. I think
Mhm.
I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like it's different when you're a junior and you go to a meet and you're the best junior there and no one's close. Or you go to a meet where you're the best 74 there and no one's close. You can go all out. I can go and I can hit 842 and a half and not have to worry about anything. I would probably have to take if Elliott or Ilya were there, I would probably do the same number, but I would take all 9 just to make sure I did it. So
Right.
it's, you have to play your cards more close to hand. I feel like people don't give more respect to that, and people will realize that later on. Like Ade hit that 865. Nobody was messing with him at that point. He already knew he was gonna hit that. He was like, boom, it's easy. I'm gonna just go to Euros, hit that. It's easy. You go to a meet at like Sheffield, it's kind of harder to just do whatever you want to do. You got to think about lifts. You got to make sure you're not overreaching. You got to make sure that you're taking into account what this person might put on their second deadlift. Like you got to make sure, like, am I going into deadlifts like before them? What are the numbers looking like? Like there's just all these other things where whether if it's just you're kind of just like you're cruising, unless you're just like that anyway, which a lot of people aren't like that. But yeah, it's easier definitely to hit numbers when no one's there. That's so like that's why I think it's gonna be close. And I feel like with Joe and Ade, it's Joe's definitely gonna play it close to the chest. I still think like if he wants to, he'll tack on 15 kilos to that deadlift and pull it. I don't know, man. Like I said, I get my
Wild.
competitors like crazy like strength in my head. I'm just like I don't know. Like I thought like at Sheffield, I thought Shell was gonna go like 800, bro. Like I was like he's gonna hit 800. He's not gonna be fucking close, bro. I was like, it's done. I'm just gonna like I'm gonna fake it till I make it going into this comp. I'm like, it's done. It's done.
I love that. I gotta fake it till I make it, but it is what it is. I'll help promote. I'll give sound bites. I'll do my damn thing. But I'm hoping for the best. In reality, I'm hoping for the best. But whatever.
No, yeah, but I think like I agree with you though. I think it's hard to say with Ade, but I have faith in everybody. I think like 900 plus is good for Joe, but then like we said, does he care about how much is going to tax him, or is that does he feel like that's going to tax him? 900 might be his like floor nowadays. I don't know.
The big. Can you even conceive of being the reigning champion and taking an L against someone else in your weight class? For a
How do
guy
you
like you,
how do you beat?
like it's hard to even wrap around your head. And this is what Joe has to face, where he's got to look to his left and be like, God damn, you brought him in here. This is it's far more important to him. Like I know, like we were talking about the pound for pound, and obviously he's there, you're there, etc. But I honestly think he's got to keep an eye on Ade. Like the pound for pound is what it is. Like if I'm him, just pay it like for for you, be like, okay, sure, take a look at me, do your points calculator. Ade's right beside you, okay? He's running right beside you. He's not 3-4 paces back. He's
Mhm.
beside you, man. Be careful. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's got to pay attention to the task at hand because you take winning worlds. I mean, you're still the world champion no matter what. But when you won worlds and you take an L while you're the reigning world champ, that's tough, man. That's a tough one. That's
Yeah,
a tough one to swallow.
that's why I'm kind of like, but what if he cares more about the best lifter and he weighs over and he just hits 915
Nah,
that way?
dog.
What
That's
if what
mad
if
weak.
what
That's
if, what
mad
if,
weak, dog.
what if,
Nah,
what if,
that's mad weak.
no, what if
I,
he goes in, he's like, I'm gonna weigh in at like 85 and then total like 915, 920.
dog. I don't not all. That's listen. Okay. All right, listen. That's some shit I would probably do. That's safe. It's just say it. But I'm a commentator and podcaster for God's sake. But like for sure it's the safer route because you avoid the head to head. And then if you were to lose, you'd be like, yeah, we lost as 93s. What are we talking about here? I'm still undefeated as an 83. I closed the year out as the 83 champ. 400%, that's how you could skate around it. However, Ade is like, I want another head up. I had the winning pull in my hands and I passed out with locking it out. I want another head up. We're going to run it back. And I want to run it back at 83 and I want to go at the champ. And you are not leaving 2025 without me giving you an L and me being the number 183 in the world. If he beats Joey B head up, we have to have a conversation who's the best 83 in the world. We have to have a conversation. Everything changes.
Oh, I wish I knew. I wish I could just see him whenever he was gonna weigh in at, because it'll be because that's the I know, but thing like, are we going all out though? That's the thing. Like, is he just gonna say like, I'm not gonna go all out because I'm saving it after? Is that what he's gonna? Is that what he's gonna say? Is that an excuse or is that valid? Or do you think he has to take the matchup seriously no matter what?
If he says, "Oh, dog," if he says I'm not going all out, but he forfeits like losing wise, no, dog. That is gonna be. I don't know. How would you take it? Be honest.
I mean, but if I was Ade, if I was Joe.
If I was that, I'd be like, I just walked you down, and you know it. I
No,
just
yeah, yeah,
walked
yeah.
you
No,
down. You sidestep.
if it's Ade, I'm feeling like whenever Taylor was like, I'm gonna go to PA Nats and then he didn't go to PA Nats, I would be like, come on, bro, what's going on? Like, what are we doing?
Oh, if you go head up and you get a lighter total, you're in the same weight class. Man, I think Joey B he's stuck in the moment, can't get out. You got to embrace it. You're defending your title. It is what it is. Once you're the world champ, every single time you take the platform, you're defending that title. And it's a beautiful thing, and it's pressure and it's tough, but it's also a beautiful thing. Everyone pays attention to what you're doing, everyone cares what you're doing. You know, it's what you always wanted when you're on the way up. You're the number one guy. You want to be the man. Congratulations, you're the man. But it's going to be tough. There's going to be some tough moments.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do. Because I mean, like I said, I feel like he could do it either way, but it definitely would look. It depends on what you care about with how you're perceived, I guess. If he doesn't care, I think it would be smart for him to be like, I'm gonna just weigh whatever and then just total whatever I need to get best lifter. Because maybe it'll be easy on him, or just total enough to where he podiums or whatever. But then if you do care, people are gonna be like, you ducked the fade for sure. They're gonna be like, you didn't want the
Ade
smoke.
will. Dog, Ade, very next podcast will be like, what's up? What the hell happened? What's going on, man? Well, why you know Ade would
Yeah, okay, that's
for
a good
no
that's a good way to
question.
look at it. Good way to look at it. Good way to look at it. I mean, I don't know. Look,
If
I'm
the
glad I'm not in that position. I'll say that.
yeah, that's a tough. These are tough conversations. I think Joe B doesn't duck nobody. Joe B's a fucking mon. If
Oh
I'm
yeah,
Joe B, like Joe B's a monster. I think Joe B's going to accept it, and Joe B's going to go head up with Ade, and I think we're going to have a freaking classic right down to the very last deadlift. And this Worlds was right down to the very last deadlift. And if Ade goes 6 for 6 and he's got that deadlift in his back pocket, all he's got to do is not pass out, man. Whatever the hell is going on, calm down or whatever it is that he keeps passing out at the top. We got a good one. We got a good one.
I'm gonna walk up to one of them and be like, "Hey, bro, that last deadlift looked kind of slow," and just walk. Just walk.
Well, Frank, or right before the weigh-ins, be like, Joe, man, you drink a little bit of water, you could avoid all this shit. You,
Oh,
you, you,
you don't
you
even
don't
got
need to do this. You don't need to do this. You already won in Germany. You don't need to do this.
it.
The title isn't at stake right now. See him next year, man. You don't need this.
Yeah, but I mean,
Uh,
I guess it would be different though, because let's say he does weigh over, but then he still doesn't hit like a big total as well, like so. I
oh
guess I guess
gosh,
it would be smart just the 83. I mean, I don't know.
Avancus boys will be like, "What the hell?" If he ducks the fade, he'd be like, "Oh my god! All right, well, I guess."
Serious right now.
Wait, they're like, "Reweigh him in." What is happening? Go for a walk, Joe B. Throw in a sweater, come back, and
It's like
let
we're
us
not
see
taking
it.
this weight. We're not taking this weight. Go.
Right, right, right,
Come back.
right. We're weighing in again. And do you know much about? So I know Natalie Hunter just came off of the Junior World. She's going to be at this. Is she going to be at this meet? Because I don't know if you know, but she just competed.
No, I have no clue. I have no like. I didn't even know you said something about Heather. I didn't even know Heather was competing at this comp. I haven't worried about anybody.
Okay, okay.
I'm just.
You you're
I
locked
didn't
in.
know, but to be honest, I didn't. I just figured out like a couple days ago that Jamar is competing too, and
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess I won't have one of the heaviest squats in the flight anymore.
No, sir. No, sir. You will not. If
Two
you,
120s. We got Jamar. I was like, all right, so we're
yeah.
we're definitely squatting like Middle. All right. Good to know.
I do wonder what Jamar's going to post up. He didn't have the knots he wanted, but he's a phenomenal squatter. Him at 100%, he could get revenge. This could be a redemption meet for Jamar, which is
Mhm.
big. And yeah, Natalie Hunter and Angelina Martinez are old rivals from the juniors, and they're pretty closely matched in the 63s. And then when you're talking 63s, Megan Scanlon's there as well. Megan
Mm.
did not have the world she wanted. It's an opportunity for redemption for her. And I've been paying attention, man. She's been hitting PRs in the squat. She's been hitting PRs in training. So we got some people on the redemption arc. How about this guy, Wasker Carpio?
I can't wait to
He's
see.
he. So let me ask your opinion on this. So Wasker, obviously, for a while there, the 59s were not getting love like they should, not getting appreciation like they should. Wasker comes around, good looking kid, got a phenomenal background story, amazing at telling it. Great storyteller. Came on King of Lifts, told a story, freaking mesmerized. I don't know if you heard that podcast, but he's talking about being in Dominican and growing up basically in the street. And everything he dealt with, came to Canada, sorry, USA. We take him, by the way, but came to USA, chasing the dream, and ends up like the American dream, becoming a world champion, an entrepreneur, and making some of the, like, literally the American dream, making
Mhm.
it to Sheffield, breaking new ground, talking, going at Fedo, looking to be the GOAT 59, and getting people talk about the 59s for the first time. And he's like, I want to do what Penna did for the 66s. I want to make something happen. My man did it. And he's a great talker and he's great at what he does. Missed Worlds. And Alex Campano from Spain takes the world championships. Then at the Asian championships, my man, and I look him up in open powerlifting. He's got a crazy name.
Oh,
Finishing,
you mean the guy from don't tell me, don't tell me. Joe was telling
dog.
me about this kid at Worlds, and I was like,
Let me pull,
what? His name's
let me
like,
pull this up.
I follow him now.
Dog. It is the longest. It's a sentence. It's not even. It's here.
He's from
I'm gonna
Bali.
send this. What's that?
Bali. He's from Bali, right?
Bali. Okay, there it is. But this is his name in open powerlifting. I'm gonna send it to you in
Oh, I have no clue what his name is.
oh, this is his name in open powerlifting. I Jetty Vayu Surya Waguna Yasa. That's
Yes.
how long it is in open powerlifting, my man. And I'm obviously going to have to learn this because get used to it. This guy is going nowhere. As a matter of fact, he's got a bright ass future. So we're struggling with the name now. I think in a couple of years, everyone's going to know his name.
How
But that's
how close was his I mean, to the world record
he
was
did
it?
641.5, which is more than Waskar, but it's close. I mean, it's right there. Same with Alex Campano. It's right there. All these fellas are neck and neck and neck. Now, Waskar in prep for Avancus did in training, and my man gets heavy. Waskar gets heavy, so I don't know where his body weight was at. Did 682.5 in a training total, but he cuts like a motherfucker. But I know, no, but dog, he cuts like a motherfucker. I know what you, I
Wait,
know, I know.
that's a
Yeah, that's
lot
crazy.
though.
That's huge. That's huge. But he cuts like crazy. I mean, like some massive hero cuts. So where he's going to be at on the day, I'm not sure, but it's an opportunity, man. He he lost his world title, and now he's no longer the number 159 in the world, and there's a couple 59s on his ass, and I mean, or even surpassed him. This is an opportunity right now for him to try to have everybody talking about him.
Hmm.
So that is one performance I'm definitely hyped for, and I want to see
Have
what
you?
happens.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure. I don't. I'm not counting Waskar out. I love Waskar. He's my guy. But I'm pretty sure that they just had a kid, right? Did they just have their? Yeah, they just had their second child. He's
Uh
not,
oh.
bro. He's not. I have this newborn now. He's not going crazy right now, unless his wife's taking. I'm not. His wife might be carrying at night for this competition. If that's what he really cares about, this comp and putting that up. But bro's not getting any sleep right now. There's no way he's getting any sleep right now.
Is it as bad as they say with the
You know,
sleep?
it's not as bad as they say. but you do get less sleep and it's hard. I am handling it well, but for 6 weeks, I was doing the 6 day a week SBD and I was only in the gym for like an hour. So like it was like quick, easy sessions. He's been like
Mm.
pushing and he's just had this kid. I think like if I was him, I wouldn't dare try to take this as seriously because it's just trying to focus on like a new baby and everything as well. Nah, like I would have hated to like if I would have done world games, oh, I wouldn't have done well at all. Nah.
When you see this, does that hurt to miss World Games? I can't believe how many people ended up pulling out. Does it make it easier that so many people did pull out?
I mean, I guess yeah, it did make it a little bit easier, but I wanted to be here with my daughter. That's the main
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
I
yeah,
did.
for sure.
I maybe it still would have been a 50-50 on going if we wouldn't have had her, but it was an easy choice for me. Like I made that decision like as soon as we found out when the baby was going to be born, I was like, well, I'm not going to World Games. I was like, I'm not going to leave you here with our 2 week old daughter. Like, God,
Mm.
I can't do that and just go to a whole nother country and try to enjoy myself too. Oh, definitely not. I'm not built like that mentally. Other men
Yeah,
probably could
yeah.
do that and be like, I get to get away from the crying baby. No, I couldn't leave her alone. That'd be terrible. That's freaking terrible. But no, it's definitely not as bad. I enjoy it. There's definitely more good times than times you're like, ugh. Cause like now she's like starting to smile, and it's like my favorite thing ever. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. Like it's like crack, dude. It's like crack. Like I'm like doing things, trying to make noises, smile at her to get her to smile. I'll be there for 30 minutes over her trying just to get one smile out of her, and I'm like, yeah. So it's definitely worth it, but it's not. It's definitely not as hard as like people made it seem. Maybe it's easier because like we have a little bit of money too, and maybe money's like I know money's a big issue for most people whenever they have a kid, but like no, yeah, I think it's great. It sucks sometimes when they wake up at like 3 a.m., but you get used to it though. Like I'm like, that's my nightly schedule. It's like we go to sleep at 9, or we're waking up at like at 2, we're waking up at like 4 or 5, 2 or 5 or 6. Then we'll go back to sleep. Maybe we sleep till 9. Maybe we don't sleep anymore. We wake up at 6. It just work like that sometimes. But like at first it's kind of like, oh, but then you get used to it. Like I can function off of 6 hours of sleep in 3 hour intervals. Like it's fine. You get used to it. I don't feel I'm stronger right now. So I mean, hey, it
No
might be
shit.
that strength is real, bro. That's real. There you go.
Does it
Natty gains. Natty gains. You want that? Don't take any steroids.
have
Have a
have a
baby.
kid?
Have a kid.
Is does it change how you move now, knowing because it's one thing to be like, yeah, I'll have kids one day. It's different to actually have a kid, to be looking at your kid and realizing this kid's going to be an adult. And everything I'm saying, everything I've ever said on any podcast, every live stream, your whole career is going to be digested by your kid at some point. Now it's real though. The kid is
Yeah.
here. This
No,
isn't
yeah,
just
I don't think I say anything crazy or out of pocket anyway. So I think she's fine. She's like, I don't think she'll be like, I think she'll be like, oh my God, Dad, were you like, I think she'll be like, you were definitely cocky when you were younger. And I'm like, no, I wasn't. She's gonna be like, yeah, you were. That's what my wife told me at first. She was like, you were super cocky. And I was like, I was not cocky. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, it's confident. She's like, no. So no, yeah, I think she'll look at it that way, but I don't think like if she hears cursing or something, like I don't. We've talked about it. It's like yeah, as long as she's not using it disrespectfully to someone, like it really doesn't matter what you say.
mm,
As long as you aren't being a bad person, I just want to raise a good person. That's all I want. As long as you aren't being a bad
mm.
person, I think cursing is the least of your issues. And I don't say anything bad or out of pocket. So and I'll tell her about like all the bad things I did. I'll be like, yeah, I drank or I did this whenever I was in high school, in college. And she'll be like, oh, and I'm like, don't do that though. Don't be like
Still
me.
end up being still end up being a world champion for God's sake.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You gotta do better things.
Do you think you have changed already? Like, I mean, I still see you. Obviously, you're young in your prime, but you are 26 and a dad now. And do you think that you have changed since we've met you, us being the powerlifting community? Like, how much have you changed over the years?
My wife looked back at me and she was like, what is he gonna say? No, I've changed so much. Like I think life before said definitely wasn't as good and I wasn't in a good mental space. I was just like powerlifting was good. It felt good to be like big in a niche sport or something niche or something like that. It felt good. But like my out of gym life wasn't good for me mentally. And I was doing things like we've talked about this on the podcast. My grandparents hate when I talk about it, but like was drinking, did a little bad things, not like terribly bad things, smoked a little bit of weed, a little bit. Uh in college, and like now I don't do any of that. And I think that's why like after like when I 851 is when everything changed. Like before then, because I met my wife like that. I didn't meet her. We started dating in January of that year. And then I hit that 851 in like September, I'm pretty sure.
Amber. That's right. Yeah.
So like that whole time she's like screwed my head on straight. And then like life was good after that. And like for the past 3.5 years now, it's been great. So like definitely credits to her because she helped me with that. But I definitely have changed. I really didn't like take anything too seriously. Now I take things seriously. I listen to Joe. I make sure I hit the numbers that I need to hit. I don't try to like showboat for the gram. I put good things in my body now. Um, like I think I've changed like in all aspects. What do you think, babe? Yeah, that changed. Yeah, yeah, you changed a lot. Yeah, so like it's been like I definitely look back at myself and I'm like, dang, I can't believe you still like act like that. But now I'm kind of like don't like to hang out with certain people. Like now I have a standard of people. Like if you say something out of pocket, I'm like, I'm not trying to hang out with you. I feel like definitely being a husband changed more, but then like definitely now being like a dad too, it like changed even more, like positively, of course. But it's kind of like, why are you talking about this? Why are you doing these things? Like, I don't listen to rap like that, but when I do, I listen to J. Cole, where he's not. Sometimes he does, but not as disrespectful to women. I hate that now, derogatory music towards women. Like, I just can't do that. Especially like at first, I really was listening to a lot with my wife, but then like daughter, I just cut it like all out completely. I'm like,
True. Yeah, if you
yeah,
got a daughter, it probably would like, damn.
no, yeah, like I don't like like my favorite, my wife makes fun of me all the time. Like my favorite thing to listen to now is like this Latin pop band called the Marinas. And it's Latin music. They speak a little Spanish, speak a little what is it? Because I said it so American? No, you said the Marinas. Oh, the Marias, the Marias. The Marias, my bad. My bad. Like if they hear this, I'm so sorry. But I listen to like that whenever I train and stuff. Like either when I train, I usually don't listen to music. Usually if you like, I think last week was like the first time I used actual headphones, and I was listening to J. Cole then. And it's like that album that me and Taylor listen to all the time. I know he knows about. I think I forgot what it's called. The Fall Off? No, that's not it. Is the Fall Off? It's something like that. Or Hunger on Hillside, something like that. I don't know. But I listen to like that just to like put me in the mindset of it. But on my last deadlift, the video I posted, I was listening to uh I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. The
I'm not
have
familiar.
you not
Sorry.
seen Mulan? No, Ryan,
I'm
tell me how
joking.
it's like, bro, it's like
What the
1999 it came out, bro. What are you doing? What are you
dog? No, dog. I've never.
oh my god. Okay, so it's like it's a Disney song basically. Uh
Okay, come on, man.
and it's about like China when they were in the war, and like all these men
Okay, okay,
he's like all of you men are just commoners. I'm trying to make you into soldiers and make a man out of you. That's the whole thing.
okay, okay, okay.
So like I'm listening to like crazy stuff like that. Like I said, I don't like to lift like angry, bro. I don't want like negative attitude. So I'm trying to like keep the positivity as much as possible. But no, yeah, life changed, bro. I'm different. Even like Petrie told me that whenever I saw him last, he was like this was when I was my wife was still pregnant. He was like, bro, like you've changed significantly since like I met you for the first time. He's like, your demeanor,
Really?
the way you carry yourself has changed. Like you're just like a completely different person. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's a good thing. I'm like, yeah, it's a good thing. I'm just like, yeah, I get like I guess I wasn't like I wouldn't say the best person. I wasn't a shitty person, but like I didn't have the right morals in the right spaces, or I could have like I wasn't taking things as seriously as I should have. And I think it's like just a man being young, honestly. And then you finally like your brain develops and then everything just changes, dude. And it's crazy.
You were also like 20. You know what I mean? Like you were by no means a bad 20-year-old. You're just a 20-year-old.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what you
yeah, yeah.
do. You were just living life at 20 years old.
No, like I definitely could have been like it could have been so much worse. I'm not saying I was a bad. I could have been like doing crack in the back alley
Yeah,
at the same
100%. Yeah.
using the same syringe for my heroin
Yes.
and my steroids at the
Yeah.
same time. Like I could have done crazy stuff
Yeah,
like
okay.
that. You know? Like I was
That's
just
worst case.
I just eat food, sleep, I watch a lot of TV, play games, you know. I was just a lazy guy, dude, to be honest. But now I'm like
Has
things, always doing things. Got to make sure like you're not wasting any time, limited time on this earth.
has your view on your career in the game changed since, having a kid, family, and being where you're at?
I got to make sure I'm still on top till she like realizes that she understands what that means. That's like that's my main goal right now. It's like, I don't want her to like realize things like, I guess, what is it? Come to consciousness, I guess, and just be like, oh, like you just do this thing just to do it. It's great. Like I want her to be like, my dad's the best. Like I want her to go to school and tell kids like, my dad's like one of the strongest men on earth. And they're going to be like, no, he's not. Like, and then they look me up and they're like, oh, okay, your dad really is strong. Like that's my goal now,
Mm,
to just keep pushing. So it's kind of like, that's why I'm still like chasing bigger things. I'm like, as long as I have like a goal that's like nearly impossible, I'll just keep growing, keep growing. People are getting stronger. There's always something to change to get better. There's ways to like, if I need to go up a weight class, I need to go up a weight class so I can get stronger and then try to be the best at that weight class. Like, like I need to freaking cut 66. I got to cut to 66, man. If I got to do it, I got to do whatever it takes to like make sure that I want her to realize that her dad is worth something and he's just not like, I don't know, like a bum. I don't know. I don't know.
it's different. Well, I 100% get it'd be different where she grows up and you could tell her about events and she could be like, you were at that event. She was a baby. So she
Mm-hmm.
won't have recollection or whatever. Like that's still cool as shit. It'd be cool as hell to like research your dad after the fact and be like, yo, my dad was a world champ. I got a million podcasts I can listen to hearing my dad when he's in his 20s, like you're older now, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And I could replay the videos and the live streams and watch my dad. That's still cool, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what you mean where it would hit different if she could actually remember being like, I visualize and remember my dad winning. I remember seeing my dad on the podium getting the gold around his neck. I remember hearing the American anthem. Like that is a whole nother level of
Mm-hmm.
experience you can have with your daughter, son, whatever, anybody. Like that's wild. I know what you mean. Like that's a freaking moment, my man.
It sucks that she won't like realize like if everything goes good at Sheffield and I were to win, she won't like we'll be like, oh, you were there whenever she's like 5 or however years old, but then she won't remember it at all. And I'm like, oh, of
No,
course. I'm like, of course. Of course. Should have had you like three.
man.
Should have had you like 3 years.
Yeah,
My wife's like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, so how long do you see yourself pushing on this? Because you're 26, you could literally you see. Look, talking about Taylor, the guy still doesn't. He's not going away anytime soon, and he's 10 years older. You could keep this pushing for quite some time.
yeah, I think it's possible. I think probably my end weight class would be like a light 93, maybe like 10 years from now or something like that. I do plan on moving up eventually. We talked about that. Either 900 or 4 consecutive world titles in a row. Like, so if I lose one year, start all the way back over, restart. Got to do a whole nother 4 years. But we're
Oh
two,
wow, you
yeah, so we're two
shit.
in
That's
now.
tough.
We're two in now. So I'm like halfway there if I were to like not hit 900. But I think I would need to hit 900 to continue being world champion for the next 2 years, if that makes sense. Um, so I feel like one will happen eventually. But then I'll go up, try to test the waters up there, see what they're doing. Hopefully they stay around that 900 and don't move.
Settle down, fellas.
That
Yeah,
would be great. That's not
exactly.
going to happen. I don't expect it to happen at all. But that would be crazy. That'll be great. Next 3 years, no one hits anything crazy. But no, yeah, I think that's the end goal. I think probably at least another 10 years, at least another 10. Like, because I'll be 26 then, I mean 36 then. And I think like, how old is Jurens? Jurens is like 36, 37. Shell's like 36,
Yeah.
37. Yeah. So it's like, there's still time. Like there'll probably be some times in there where maybe I'm like not at the top anymore and it'll suck for a little bit, but that'll keep me motivated, give me more to push towards, help me fill out the weight class, like things like that. But I think doing it for a while is at least probably another 10 years, I'd say. Because I remember we talked about this like a while, like before, like I think I hit 851 and I was like, I got like 3 more years in me, bro, max. I was like, I'm done after three more.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, like my body's beat up. Like I really don't care. That was before I had met my wife and everything. And I was gonna quit
Right.
the year we started dating as well. So
Oh
it was kind
shit.
of like, so back at that point, I was just not good mentally and I really didn't care that much. But now I'm kind of like I can do this for a while. Man, why not? Keeps me healthy. I'm like, I have a healthy relationship with it right now. Hopefully it continues to be that way. We'll see.
Well, at one point you were suffering some bad injuries.
Yeah.
Like your body was falling apart. You were like fighting to scrap it to put it together. Then you hit your stride, started getting like 851, etc. So you kind of think like, do I bow out shortly afterwards? I hit a high and get out while the going's good. My body's all together, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, my body's not falling apart anymore. Like
Mhm.
I'm just this is just it. This is the new. Well, let's ride this out. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens. Let's make a
It's like
push.
it takes you down through the lows and you're like, dang, should I just like should I take some time off? Should I do this? But then as soon as you like keep at it and figure out what's wrong and it goes back up there, you're like, I can do this all day. That's like that
Mhm.
that feels so kind of like right now I'm in that like I can do this all day type of thing. Like body aches and pains, of course, like I said, everyone has aches and pains, but like there's nothing like I could take an ibuprofen and it's knocked out. You know, I just choose not to take this. Yeah, this lady has to like force pain meds down my throat. I'm like, it's like I'm kind of got this ache and this aching real bad. And I'm like, ugh, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna think about it while I'm hitting this primary day. And she's like, just take an ibuprofen. And I'm like, and after I get done training, I'm like, I'm so happy I took that ibuprofen. And it's like, it's okay. Like my dad didn't take pain meds whenever he'd be like, my head hurts. And he would always tell his wife and be like, no, like I'm not gonna take it. It's fine. And so I'm like kind of the same way. It's like it's pain. You gotta feel pain. You gotta get used to pain. It's whatever. But whenever I do take it, I'm like, I'm so happy I took this. It's so freaking so good. Like I do
You're
take it beat day every time, but like in training, I try to like I want like worst possible conditions when I'm training, man. Like I want to go through the trenches. Like I'm like when game day, when I was training at game day and like no AC, heat, I'm dying every day. That's what I want. I want to feel like that. Like I know I'm getting
right.
better. If I can squat this 300 kilos while I'm dead and like I've sweat so much during my warm-ups, I get in some AC, I'm fine. It's cool. Let's get it. So like, but now I'm kind of like, I guess you can say I started nerfing myself with the no music and I just train now. So whenever I do listen to music, I'm kind of like instant flow state. Like usually it would be like I put my headphones in, it'll take a little bit for me to get into that flow state. But now as soon as I put headphones in, it's like whatever's on the bar is falling. Like
Mm.
it's as good as done.
Were you surprised when Russ moved up to 93 and took the world record that quickly? Was that surprising to you talking about moving up? No, eh?
No, because I don't know who I said this to, but I was like, if Russ moves up to 93, I think I said this to Jurens and maybe Joe, I think. And they were like looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, look, if Russ goes up to 93, he might take best lifter like that. I was like, it might just be gone. I was like,
Really?
I think 93 is I think that's been Russ's weight class, but he was just so happy with winning, and that was his brand was winning for so many of those years. And it's smart, like, especially for a man like him who has like this huge aura, whatever you want to call it, and support and like all of these supporters. But like I think 93 was like his weight class. And I think he just knew once he hit a total that was like relatively close to the 93s, he was like, oh, I can get him. He was just
Mm.
like, it's there, I can do it. Because he has that type of like that dog mentality. So like I already knew that if he went up, it was gonna be crazy. I'm excited to see what he does more because I didn't even realize until you posted about it that it was he wasn't even a full 93, he weighed like 90 kilos, something like that, 89.
So he showed up and had stomach issues, which can happen when you travel, whether it's the food or you come in, you like just during traveling, you're into contact with so many people in tight spaces. Had stomach issues, was on the washroom like all damn day and lost like 4 pounds. So he's like, oh, I'm not sure. And then when he hit the total he hit, he didn't even realize he hit it 10 times body weight. He's the first 93 to hit it 10 times body weight. And he's like, not half mad. I was on the toilet all day after all, huh? Drop my body weight down. Things worked out all in the end. But it was the thing with Russ, and you don't see this often. In January, he took the 83 kilo world record. And then by the summertime, he moves up a weight class and immediately takes a 93 kilo world record. That's
Mhm.
freaking hard in terms of like the improvement you got to make right off the bat. And that's what's difficult. And I wasn't sure how it was going to fly. And then because you could do like Taylor where he moved up to 83 and he took him a minute. Like 80 Taylor had a warm up the year before Nats in October and then he went into Nats and like he had to face a monster like Joe B, but still forced last deadlift and made a go of it and was in the hunt anyways. But the difficult thing is to just move up, take the world record and be like, I'm here. How you like me now? I'm like the number one guy right now. Like everyone's kind of looking towards me anyways. I understand Emil's the world champ. Will Ball just did what he did, but Russ still has that world record. And he's like right up in the mix. It's tough. Like if you move up, I'm assuming that's what you want to do as well. It'd be like
Oh
you want
yeah.
to get yeah.
Oh,
Like you want
100%.
instant. You don't want to wait around. Give me
No, yeah,
6 months. Like,
that's what I told you. I was like, I think like if I were to move up and just, I was like, if you give me 80 kilos, which I can like, if I eat like crap and eat the stuff that I eat, like pizza, burgers, all that stuff, I can get up to 80 kilos decently fast. It'll take my body some time like, to like figure out like my leverages and everything. But no, like, I think you give me 80 kilos, not even 83, and I can put up 915. I was like, I could be above 900 like that. Like I think my squat is going up to like 350 at least. Cause I think I can hit 340 now, like today. Like if you give me 2 days if you want to give me 2 days to make weight, I'll eat what I need to eat to just make weight. Cause I'm like very low right now. I'm like 76 with eating like a decent
mm,
amount. If I like cut down a little bit, I can be down in like 2 days. Um, but you give me that, you give me 350 squat, I'm benching 220 easy, like 220 to 225 easy. And then deadlift, I don't know, leverages, but whatever it is, freaking put it on and make it 915. I was like, I'm pulling that. If I can, I think I can pull 340 to 350 right now. It just depends on how I'm pulling. But yeah, I think if I go up, I can get 10 kilos, 10 to 15 kilos out of the deadlift. Squat would just skyrocket though, because I feel so good when I'm so heavy. Like I could do that now. I feel like I'm thinking like 325 for like a triple. Like I could hit that. If I
well,
weighed like 78 to 79, I could triple 325. I already doubled 320 before.
damn.
So it's like I think if I moved up, maybe I won't win right away if you want to give me that, but you give me the time that Russ has, I think it'll be the exact same thing.
Do you ever think about the tough thing is if you all right. This will be a more complicated question as I weed through it in my mind's eye now. But do you ever think about doing a one-off meet as a lighter 83 just to see where your numbers are at? However, on the flip side, to make an impact on those numbers to make it worth your while, maybe you got to add body weight and you're like, fuck it, I got to take it all off then if I'm going back down. So I don't know if that's even a viable option.
Well, actually, if I did a meet, I would just literally just wouldn't cut it all and just keep training into it and try to peak for it. And like if I was at my weight like 77 to 78, I think it could be possible that I could hit the world record. I could get very, very close. I would definitely have either the highest 83 total or the second highest for sure. I would be in the 890s for sure.
World record's 890.5. Keep that in mind.
Oh, I'm thinking 900. I'm thinking 900.
That's right. That's right. Keep that in mind. 890.5, my man. Now that's now. Joe B would say, like, as soon as January rolls around, I'm gonna take that for a run. But I'm just saying it's
No, yeah, I think I could hit 890 at like
I,
75,
I
70. Like
I think you gain 5 pounds of body weight in the next 2 weeks and announce, guess what, Joe B and that A.
just throw it
Guess
out.
what? I just made up my mind. It's a little late in the game. This is
Oh my God,
it's
that would be crazy. That's when they would be like, oh my God, this is the best battle we've ever seen ever.
oh
Yeah.
my god, dude. If you, Joe B and Ade went at it as 83s, holy freaking smokes. The big thing is that like the David versus Goliath matchups are freaking fantastic. Like I mean, you've seen when Taylor went up against Joe B. Like people love that kind of stuff just to see whatever. But yeah, it'd be different if you actually put on the body weight.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
too. This is
I think anything is possible. And like I feel like me aiming for 900 now shows that if were to gain a few kilos, I think 900 would be there
oh,
easily.
you could do 900 first in a meet that's not Nats or Worlds and at a higher body weight and just to hit 900 just to get that, put it in your back pocket, have it on your resume, and then be like, okay, let me try this when I cut, stuff like that. Like, just shows people what the top end is. It's interesting if nothing else. And if you do it while some other 83s are there, you do it while like Joe B is there. Oh man. Oh man.
It's just it's hard to do competitions now, especially with like everything switching around too now, like after
Mm,
next year. Cause yeah, the double Sheffield just
yeah,
messes
it's a
everything.
tight schedule.
Like that's great. It's great. I'm happy for it. A lot of money to be made, but
That's true. You're getting two Sheffields in 1 year. Yeah, I mean,
no, yeah,
not many people are going to get to have that.
I thought I was gonna have to do PA Nats, but I don't have to do PA Nats. So
So
I
it'll
know
be, if everything goes right, Sheffield World, Sheffield, and then maybe even that's it.
PA Nat and then PA Nats in 2027.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
probably 3 times next year we're looking at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the second Sheffield. It just depends on what happens at the first one, baby. That's all it. That's a good start to the year. Good start to the year. I'll say that.
It's a fact. I mean, if you took the 74 kilo class world record for a ride, I mean, you just blew that out the park. Is there a possibility that the second Sheffield will see you as an 83, maybe?
Who is the
Because
same?
imagine that. Two Sheffields, one of them is a 74, blow it out the park, do what you can do. Do what like drop the hammer on everybody. Do worlds, and then at 80, be like, I'll go 83, go head up. We'll do a David versus Goliath matchup. I got nothing to lose. I already dropped the hammer earlier this year. Let's see what I could do. And
Yeah.
then maybe it will be like Russ.
No, because I
But
get like, is it Worlds will be in June and then Sheffield is in November. So that's like what, 5 months, 6 months, 5 months, 5 months?
and you don't gotta go full 83. Just go, around 80.
Little
You could
slow
take
bulk, little slow bulk.
what's that,
Mm-hmm.
sorry?
It's a little slow bulk. So
That's
just
a little bit of a slow bulk, yeah. Just a
little,
little bit. I guarantee you people go nuts. If they, as soon as you said, people will go crazy. That'll
yeah.
be, but
It's gonna be big like that Shell announcement when he said he was going down to 66. People will be like,
oh
what?
dude, you say I'm going 83 just for the Sheffield. You don't have to go 83 period for here on out, but you might be like, just for the Sheffield, I'll return to 74 in 2027. We'll rock and roll. But for this Sheffield, I'm not cutting. As a matter of fact, I might bulk a couple kilos. Nothing I can't take off, but I'm gonna bulk a little bit and let me see what happens. Oh,
It might be the
that'd
time.
be a curveball, my man.
This man just wrote the whole story.
That's right. So you'll
Um,
be at SPD Austin though?
yeah. We got what is it called? VIP seats. Yeah,
Nice.
VIP seats.
Nice. Dude, I'm stoked. I'm stoked for both. It's like we us having more money meets. I'm also even doing silent worker in October, man.
Mm,
I'm freaking spoiled as shit. But as powerlifting fans, having Avancus, silent worker, SPD Austin, it's a hell of a way to end the year. And then
hmm.
next year, forget about it. We got two Sheffields in the World Championships and the PA Nats for God's sake.
Yeah. I know people are gonna be so mad that I'm not going to PA Nats because I know Elliott's been like, I want this battle, I want this battle. And I'm like, big dog, it's different levels, man, different levels. I don't need to do if I were to have a bad Sheffield, if I don't hit over 850 at Sheffield, then I'll go. But
That's the one you think. Do you think is that because you think he might hit 850 at PA Nats, so you should probably show up to make
yeah.
sure?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
just show up to make sure, just to make sure everything's good. But I 850 is not the floor. So
I
we'll
would
see.
not think so. We saw you things would really hit the fan if for 850 to be like all you got. Like something would have to go sideways on you.
Yeah. So I'm not, I want to say this, I'm not ducking any competition. I'm just being smart and going to Worlds. If you want to go to Worlds, just come on. Oh, wait,
Well,
I'm the 74. Well, he could
well,
get a he could get an alternate spot.
could he? Probably.
I
It
mean,
depends. I don't know how it's
someone has
gonna
to
work.
drop. Someone has to drop for him to get it.
He's got to wait and see. I mean, he's 19 years old. He's got a freaking a whole lot of time. However, yeah, eventually you're gonna go 83. So he doesn't have forever. His timeline is actually strapped to your timeline because he's gonna be around for a long time. He's only
I think
19.
I think Ilya is gonna move up to 83 eventually too. So I
You think
think
so?
yeah. He told me, bro, I think that was the last thing I talked to Ilya about, like, I don't know if it was a year ago, but a long time ago. He was like, yeah, I'm going up to 83. So I probably won't even compete against you. And then now I was like, bro, you've been at 74 for like a whole year now.
He's pulling the switcheroo on you.
And I was like, bro, why are you lying to me? I mean, I wanted to compete against you. Let me see. When was the last thing I said? When was this? Because now I gotta know. Oh, this is a long time ago. This is like it was like February.
Oh, dog. I mean, he still might. He's young as hell too. He's also
Yeah,
like,
but
what is
I
he?
think he'll be crazy at like I think he's holding like above 900 or at around 900 at 83 too.
Really?
Yeah, no, I think Ilya's deadlift is crazy. It's crazy. Deadlift's crazy. His bench is though his bench is
Not
the one
crazy.
like
Bench is not crazy, but
yeah.
his squat is
His squat is
crazy. His
crazy. His
deadlift's
squat is
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
His bench is quite a bit. He's got to catch up the bench. But freaking, I remember that was your weakness way back in the day, 2019. And then
Hmm.
people say, remember Taylor's like, man, bench is really hard to catch up. And you're like,
Yeah.
I'll get there. And Taylor's like, the hardest one to move is bench historically for other lifters. When you watch other lifters, if they struggle on bench, it's hard. And then freaking look at your bench now. Your bench now is crazy. Like you've done so much work on your bench since then.
I was
So
mentioning when I hit 800, I think I only hit like 180. Like I think that was like my bench then. I'm thinking, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I've added like 20 kilos just to my like bench. And I'm like, oh, that's like I was like, that's the majority of my total that went up. Cause I mean, I guess you could 800, then now it's like you could say 850, but let's just say 840 because IPF. That's 20 kilos of that. 20 kilos was from my bench. Now that I'm thinking about that, that is kind of crazy.
remember in the conversation when we had when he was those 474s.
Mm-hmm.
I think your bench might even be lower than that around 2019. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Oh yeah,
Your
no, it was.
bench,
It wasn't even 170. I think it was 165. I
I
think that's why I
think it was
bench
like
tag.
160s. And I remember when you were saying, dude, it's so crazy that back then you were saying I'm going over 800 and you were like so confident with it. And Taylor's like, dude, you cannot get over 800 with a 170 bench. Like you just can't put it together. Like it's too hard. And you're like, I think I'll be able to do it. And I remember being on the podcast with you guys having this discussion. And he was like, look, man, I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just saying it's very difficult to add those kind of kilos on a bench press and still be in the same weight class. And that's actually true. Like the amount of kilos you put on your bench press while staying as a 74 is incredible. Like most people see those kind of gains, they had to have gone up a weight class. On bench, you you were under 170, dude. Now you're over 200. It's crazy how many kilos you put on your bench press that's still a 74 because you were elite. It wasn't even like you were. It wasn't even like you were like just started. You were already elite on the podcast. That's why he's like, I just can't see it. How are you going to add like 35 kilos on bench press? And you're like, I'll figure it out. It sounded like something a young guy would say, where it's like, okay. And Taylor was trying not to be shitty. He was like, I'm trying not to be shitty right now. I'm just saying, you're like, we'll see. That's why it's so crazy that here we are.
Oh yeah. It's me and Joe have tried so many things, and we just now, like this week, we're like, this works. Like this is like we've already perfected squat, and we've done the same thing for squat since before so 3 years ago. For the past 3 years, squat has not changed in our program. Bench, I think we just figured that out now. And now we're like, it's crazy. Like what I bench tomorrow is about to be crazy if it moves the way I'm benching more than 202 and a half that I benched last week. And that 202 and a half moved like, it felt like I could have hit it for an opener, a heavy opener. Probably would have taken like 200 instead just to make sure. But like, I feel like tomorrow that it'll move the exact same. And then I'm going to I might try my PR on Saturday. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
And I think that'll move like a second attempt. So we'll see. I don't remember what it is, but we'll see. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Bench is like, that's like the one it's literally 50% of my total that went up, or more than that if you count like 180 being like the bottom end. So it's that is crazy to think about. I also wasn't, whenever it was 160, I wasn't being coached by Joe. Joe just helped me a lot. Midland programming was good, but it didn't like hit certain points to like figure it out. It just got me strong because I wasn't on a program at all before I went to Midland. I think a lot of people don't take that into account either. When I was like, bro, when I was 16 to 19, I wasn't on a program at all. And I didn't get on
freestyling it.
Yeah, I didn't get on a real program till I was almost when I was 20 at Midland. So from 20 to I think 21, no, 22, 20 to 22 was Midland coaching, and Joe Pena's dad. People don't know who that is. And then after that, it was Joe. So like I did one meet with Joe, and then we hit 851, I'm pretty sure. I mean 800. Wait, no. I told 800 on my own programming. I was programming myself at that point. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't with Joe yet. I wasn't with Joe until after I had lost at nationals to Taylor. And I was like, I can't do this programming thing by myself. And I literally told him that time, like in that moment, I was like, can you coach me? And he was like, yeah. So
see, dude, and then you hit 825 and put the crown on your head. I remember after the final deadlift, you started doing this, it coming for the crown, and then 851. And then this is where there are guys like Penna who just moved up to 74. And he still coaches himself. And this is, I wonder what happens if somebody grabs like a Penna. Someone grabs like some of these guys who, like, obviously Penna's moved up a weight class. A lot of the reason why he had the bigger lifts in the gym and not on the platforms because he's cutting like crazy. So maybe that'll rectify itself. But I still wonder what happens if an elite level coach just says, "Let me steer, young man. Let me see what happens if you don't get injured, you don't whatever. Like, trust me." But it's tough because for a guy like Penna, he's like, "Man, I won world titles like this. It's tough to relinquish the wheel." But I just it's just one of those. What happens if someone just let me do this?
How old is Penna? Is Penna like 30?
Penna's 30 now.
That's what
Old man Penna.
I listened to the last podcast you had with him.
Old man Penna.
And he said that, and I was like, Penna's 30. I was like, this man don't look 30.
Penna's enough.
I'm like,
What?
I thought he was like,
I know.
I thought
He's
he was like
another
my
guy.
age, maybe like a year younger even. But dang, I didn't.
He's
Pennis.
also forever young in my heart. But
Yeah, I guess so. I guess the same thing for me.
yeah, but okay. So while I do like that he's moving up a weight class, I do wonder what would like, and obviously he's done phenomenal coaching himself. But I do wonder if he just let somebody let someone coach you. Let me just see what that looks like. What happens?
Yeah, I think he
How
has
far?
give it a year, and I think he would be if he stays at 74. I think he would be like super contender. Like he would be like in the mix with everyone else. We'll be talking about Pana most of this podcast because Pana can
Really?
Hannah can grind, dude. So like I'm
Oh,
excited to see. Like I know on the podcast he talked about like it's gonna take him a while to fill out 74. But whenever he does fill out 74, I think it'll be crazy. I think like I don't know if he I don't know who's the French 74. Like,
there's the guy. He did 765. Penna, who's still undersized, he's and he's a junior. This kid. So he actually he went head up with Elliott. Actually, freaking I forget the kid's
oh,
name.
it's just
But
like a cool name, right? His name's like
I, they all
his
got cool
name is
names, man.
cool.
For us, for us North Americans. But um, yeah, Penna's gonna have to scrap it out like initially until he stabilizes himself. And like just fighting to get the worlds will be tough. But I'm glad he's doing what he's doing. And also, I was gonna say, going back to Ilya and his bench press, you are like the hero story that anybody needs for inspiration on how to get their bench up. Like, man, I struggle on bench. It's like, do you understand where Perk came from and where Perk is now? Most people who watch now, they never knew you back then because they're relative like powerlifting fans usually like 2 to 3 years in the game, right? So all they know is that you got a monster bench. They have no idea this wasn't you before. And if they
Mhm.
investigated, like, holy shit, yeah, he did that while already at the top. You were already a contender. Mo- those are gains on the bench press that I thought are, I don't know, you probably have the biggest turnaround bench story of anybody I know at the top end level. Anybody who needs hope, it's like Perk figured it out.
Yeah, with Sid has to tell me all the time, and she's like, I'm like, dang, these young kids are getting like strong faster, and she's like, dude, like at until you were 19, you weren't on a program, and
Yeah.
like it's like you weren't doing anything. So you got to realize these kids have been at least 17 years old with like 2025 programming. You weren't getting programmed at all. So of course they're gonna be better than you were at your age. And I'm like, oh yeah, that does make sense. Then she was like, till you were 22, 23, you weren't living a good lifestyle either. So like what did you
Well,
expect all these years? Like you got
Endurance.
by and you did good. Just like, but
Yeah.
imagine if you actually put forth effort instead of just relying on your genetics. And I was like, yeah. Then that's why I was like, yeah, I'm going.
Endurance. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, I said that's when I knew I was like, yep, I'm gonna marry her.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, like Jurens at 37 just did 876 or 870, whatever. He's 37, man, with a kid, married the whole nine. Jurens is now hitting his prime, like pushing 40, and he's smashing like the biggest totals he's ever hit, massive gains while knocking on 40. Like he's freaking, so 100% this happens. You like, and if you looked at Jurens when he was 20, 22, 23, he was doing nothing. Look at Jurens when he was like 30. It was so far back to what he is at 37. It's not the way it always works out. You
Also,
could,
like Taylor
it's
too, right? Because Taylor was like, he was
he's
like
still
at,
here.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
but before he even hit 838, like before he was when he was lifting for years, like he didn't start
yeah.
at like 800s. He was like
Way
mid
back.
mid 700s. I mean, yeah, so like
Not
750,
even. Probably not even, man. He was
That's what I'm
less
saying.
than that. Yeah.
It's like it's crazy to think that it's crazy that people think that just because progress slows down or you aren't seeing the trend on like open powerlifting or whatever, that like people are slowing down or they aren't getting any stronger. When you have to like Joey B's words, you got to realize some competitions you either A, don't go all out, B, like you missed the deadlift to pull for the win, but you were still capable of more. You have to like take into account all of these things. Like, oh, this
Mm.
person missed his third bench, but then they PR'd on squat and deadlift, but their total didn't move. Like, you got to be like, oh, okay, well, dang, they are getting stronger at one point. I think that's like I feel like you said, 2 years in the game, people not realizing being around for like a long time, as long as like Russ, me, Jesus, Taylor. Like, you see people, I know Russ has said that, you see people come and go. You see crazy sub juniors, crazy juniors come and go. You see people progress fast. You see people stay around for a while. You see people come out of nowhere. Like, it's crazy different things, man. It's just like, you just gotta, you stay around in the space for a while and you notice. You've been in the game for like, I think I've been powerlifting USAPL since like I was 18. It's almost 10 years now. 8 years. Like,
That's crazy.
you start to see things, and it's like you realize trends and you see things, and it's, you realize like not to take as much seriously or take things to heart, because some people like, a lot of people take a lot of things to heart. Like, I think people are gonna be like, oh, Ryan was hyping this kid up, and it's like, that's Ryan's job. He's supposed to hype people up.
I have to. Yeah, no shit. I of course.
He's supposed to build
Yeah,
the
yeah.
story, man. He's supposed to build the story, bro. It's like, I'm not taking in any animosity because you're saying anything. It makes no sense.
My number one, like ever since the get-go, I hype showdowns. This is literally what I do. Now a lot of people hype showdowns, but at one point I was the only one hyping showdowns. Like it was, yeah, King of Lifts, hyping showdowns, it creates pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But however, and it's uncomfortable at times, but on the flip side, it makes people give a shit and care. And all of a sudden people are like, I can't wait to see what happens. That's it's when you're actually an athlete in it. I know it's uncomfortable, but when you're a sports fan, which makes up like you were around before any of this, before Avancus, before Sheffield, before even Worlds look like Worlds, you know what it was like beforehand. And the reason why we're at where we're at now is because we have showdowns that people give a shit about, that people are like hyped to see, that people are like, you need this. Otherwise, like, what are we doing? There's no such thing as sports where if you know one team's going to get blown out or you don't even know who's playing on the team roster, you just tuning on and I'm going to watch basketball. Okay. I'm going to watch hockey. Okay. But who is it? Who's playing who? What's the background story here? You need this kind of you need hype and excitement.
Now,
So
I will say that I think that like powerlifting has changed so much since like 2018, 2017. It's crazy because like people didn't really have like favorite lifters or compare or say this person was better than one person, because it was still kind of niche back then. Raw lifting, of course, was still kind of niche
sure.
back then. No one was like super developed. The only people that like were big fans are probably like Russ, because you were watching Russ on YouTube or something like that. I didn't watch YouTube, but a lot of people watch Russ on YouTube. Like, oh, I'm a big Russ fan. I know powerlifting because of him. Like, he's really good. Oh, like Ray Williams just squatted 1,000 for the first time. Like, he's one of my favorite powerlifters. Like, he was my favorite powerlifter because he was from Mississippi and I'm from Mississippi. And I was like, oh my God. Until like 20 post COVID, I think changed powerlifting. I think it just went up. I
Agreed.
think just like it went from like being okay to like a huge trend. So I think that like it's it's good, and I like that more people are making stories or making storylines up, or like these random YouTube people who like don't do podcasts, but like they make YouTubes about powerlifting information. They're like comparing and doing like breakdowns and like, I think like KPI percentages or whatever on things. Like, it's crazy how
Really?
it was, instead of like it just being like people will post something on the internet maybe, or like you would see like that powerlifting high school website was a thing whenever I was a kid. And that was the only thing that I saw that I could compare myself to other people too. And then that like went away for years and it just came back. But like, it's crazy to see like how things have grown, and like there's so much information about who's good, and all these big brands are like flying people out to like take pictures and promote them and have them at like the Arnold and stuff like that. Like, the Arnold wasn't like a big thing for powerlifting back then. Like, now it's,
Mm.
well, before, but now in this generation, it's kind of bigger. Like, IPF Worlds was like quiet with no music before COVID, and now it's like they actually have music. It might not be the best music, but it used to be quiet in there.
Yeah.
You'll walk out there and you could
Yeah.
hear a pin drop and it would throw you off. Like things
Yeah.
have changed, and I'm glad it has changed. But no, yeah, it's crazy to see how everything has went since then, how you've helped the sport and how SBD's helped the sport. And like Avancus is like hosting this big competition that like people from across the pond, if you want to say, from different countries are coming to compete at. Like that wasn't a thing before. Like you would just have
Hmm.
local USAPL meets. You would go to Worlds, it'd be quiet claps, like now we have Sheffield. If you would have told me Sheffield was a thing like in 2016, I would be like, are you serious? People are making this much money. Companies are flying you. Where are you? Like what? It's insane to think about. Like the standard is so much higher, so many levels. It's crazy.
It's and also like doubling back. I remember too when you were on the come up and Taylor was the champ, and it was you I was hyping going at Taylor. And I know Taylor. Taylor's my guy, but I got to do my role. And I remember dropping a podcast in the story with you, and you're chasing Taylor, and Taylor's response was, I get it. And that was it. He said nothing more.
Mhm.
Because me and Taylor have known each other for like a long time. And like I remember like when I was first trying to get Kingless off the ground, he was one of the first, like within the first 6 months, he's one of the people. And he just responded like, and I'm like, it is blatant, I'm hyping up the showdown, you're chasing him and blah, blah, blah. And his response was just, I get it. Enough said. I'm like, you know what we're trying to do, man. It's for the
I
better of
think
the sport that we have this.
I feel like with Taylor too, like we were so like high competitors, and I actually like then talked to him, but like I forgot what I said to him. I sent a voice memo to him. He sent one back to me, and um, I forgot what it was about. But he was just like, "Yeah, man. Like I know we always talk trash to each other, but we both know like it was just like us competing." So I like to compare it to like the LeBron didn't start talking to Kobe till after Kobe started like retired, and it's kind of like that. Like now we're like all cool. I'm like I commented on his post today and everything. Like it's
Really?
fine. Yeah, like it's fine now between us, and I love how it's just like a yeah, we're just two intense competitors. Like I feel like I probably have like the same kind of thing when it comes to like best lifter with Joe. Like we both still talk trash to each other. And it's like it's always like us versus us, no matter what. It's like, all right, I'm coming after you, come after it. But we both know that it's just talk. It might get each other, we might get on each other's nerves, but in the end all be all, whenever everything's done, we'll probably like be fine and talk and stuff too. It's just like when you're
100%.
competitors and it's like you always want to be the best. You just butt heads, and it's not like a bad thing. I think a lot of people who weren't in like team competitive sports don't realize that. I think we've had that discussion as well, but it's just like we don't hate each other. We both want to be the best. And when
Mm.
you're fighting for something, people are going to disagree. You're just going to bump heads. It's never going to just be like unless you're Jerns. Jerns just doesn't care about anything, but everyone else is just
He's he's sneaky. He'll have you on the podcast and he'll sneak this you here and there. He'll from his questions to his whatever, he'll be like, okay, I see what you did there. You
yeah.
worded that. He's sneaky, Jared. He's clever. But for sure, time changes everything, my man.
Mhm.
Time, I remember I've said this a million times of two people in the midst of like whatever rivalries or whatever, because like no matter what, there's only one world champ, right? And everyone wants it. It is what it is. And I remember saying, however you feel now, in 10 years' time, you're going to feel different. You're going to see that guy, that girl, and you're going to feel different. I promise you. And not only that, you'll actually, at the time in your peak, you'll associate them with like, it's stressful. So it's stress. But then later on, you'll associate them with the prime of your career, and it'll feel different when you even think about them. You'd be like, those were the good old days.
Mhm.
And now when you talk to Russ about like Brett Gibbs or whatever, entirely different ball game than freaking back when they're battling for sure. Same with all of it, but it's
Yeah, like
normal.
I don't miss the losing part to Taylor or like the 800, but that was like definitely a prime staple in my head. The 800 kg race battle, that was like I missed that. Like I in the moment I probably was like, "Ugh, I'm tired of these guys," but now looking back on it, I'm like, that was actually a pretty cool experience and a fun time. Like you having us all on the podcast, us all talking, like the whole like who's gonna do it first, and all the competitions were lined up, and everyone thought Micah was gonna hit it first, and then he ended up messing it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
And then like it came Taylor and then me like literally a month after him. And like it just that was a good storyline and I was glad to be a part of it. In the moment, I was kind of heated, of course, because you're always heated in the moment. But looking back, I'm like, that was a pretty cool experience and I'm glad I got to be a part of it.
That was our version of like the home run, like baseball's um race to the home run record. This is going back a little ways, but that was our version, man. We had like a race amongst like the best 74s we'd seen in so long, and all you guys were at the same time. And it could have
Mhm.
been Michael, it could have been you, it could have been Taylor. All you guys were racing for it. It was freaking awesome, man.
Mhm.
You need that. Like it's one thing when there's one guy racing for like 900, like the 83s, but it's another thing when like three guys, maybe even four, whatever, are racing for it. Be like, bet, let's see who crosses. And we all knew when your next meets were. And I remember
Mhm.
talking like, wow, this guy's going first. He might be the first. He might do it. Oh, this guy's second. But what if he fumbles the bag? And like, it was exciting, man. And then
Yeah.
whatever, we moved past it afterwards.
Yeah. Now I know, and now everyone's hitting 815 and 800 these days. Not even, I'm like, I got to get out of here. I was like,
But you guys had to do it first. But they got there because you did it first. They couldn't
that's,
do it without you.
that's true.
Every era needs the era before them to stand where they're standing and to have accomplished what they accomplished. You four had to come on before the next guys, and I don't know.
I'm trying to put
We'll
up a
see, man.
total like Jesse Norris, man. That's all I want. Like that's a goal too. Like to have a world record total, or I guess highest total in the weight class, whatever you want to say, for like years and years to come. Like I would love for the IPF to switch weight classes and make it 75 again, to where like they kind of like retire my total. I guess you could still like say you broke it, but like I just want to be retired. I want like my jersey in the rafters, you know. I need something like
Well,
that.
to an extent, if you're the first to do something, it's kind of like doing that. Like for instance, I know what you mean. It's the honor of the accomplishment. So Russ 10 times first 93 for 10 times body weight. Now it doesn't matter. Anyone does whatever after he was first. So it's like having your jersey retired. You'll remember Ray Williams first to squat a G. So that's why in the 800 at 74, if you were the first 74 to hit nine, you retired your jersey into the rafters. It doesn't matter who comes. It it'll matter to that guy who gets like 902.5, but everyone's going to remember where they were, how they felt when they watched you hit nine.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you have the jersey retirement moments.
Okay.
Now that's a big ask.
No, yeah, yeah, that's,
That's not
like
small.
go big or go home,
Something.
maybe. Go big or go home, maybe.
Yeah. Or like the record for 74 kilo wins at the world championships on the classic side, I think is 3 with Taylor. You
Yeah,
win 4 as a 74.
I think it was Arian who posted it. I think like Beto has the most as a man. I think it's 5. And that really
Oh,
makes me want to try for 6. It really does. But
another
I'm like,
retire your rafter, another retire your jersey to the rafter moment.
I'm
Well,
like,
Jesus,
that's another 4 more years, another 4 more. But yeah, Jesus, he's ahead of me. Oh my, I need him to retire. Bro, just
well,
retire.
I mean, first you have the 74s. You take that one from Taylor, which is huge. Uh and then then you got the overall. You got moments, man. You got some moments to retire your jersey to be like, let somebody else do that. I did a
Yeah.
lot of firsts. I did a lot of firsts.
First to squat 317 and a half.
That's right. There's another one. Another 700-pound, the first to squat 700 as a 74. Those are retire your jersey moments. What's the one retire your jersey moment for you?
Mm. Oh, this is tough. This is like Hall of Fame level, expert level gaming if you play games. I want 3 world titles in 3 different weight classes.
You'd be the first. That's a retire your jersey moment.
That's a
That's a
huge
let some after after Babe Ruth hit, I forget however many home runs. He crossed home plate, looked over to his teammate and said, "Let some other son of a bitch try that." That's that moment. You hit 3 in 3 weight classes. You could look over to Joe and be like, "Let some other son of a bitch try that."
Yeah, now the only thing is, do I just pull a shell and just cut down to 66? Or do I say F it and go 83-93? It's
That's a good question.
I don't
That's
know
a
if I can
good
make that
question.
cut. That's the only thing. I don't know if I can make that cut. That's the
But
thing. Twice. I have to
but
make it twice too. I have to make it twice. I have to make it for nationals and I have to make it for worlds.
how chubby you want to be? You want to be chubby fingers? I don't, dude. You
I
got.
mean, but all I have to do is weigh in over 83 though. That's the thing.
That's
Like,
true. That's true.
hopefully, like I
That's
can
true.
like weigh in like 85 at that point, and then like hopefully the world record isn't 1,000 kilos at that point. The way these 93s going, I don't know. It might be, but
You think you can make six? Do you think you can make 66?
if I wanted to, I would hate my life. I would hate my life. Like I would definitely hate my life because I wouldn't be as strong. I would see weight go down. Oh, that would like discourage me a little bit, but I would have to like realize that of course I'm going down a weight class for it. I don't know how my body would hold up if I would hurt myself.
How
And
shredded would you be,
oh, I'd be so shredded, dude. Like
bro?
I
Bro,
haven't I haven't been a 66 since high school, dude. Like that's like
would you
almost,
even own a shirt? You wouldn't even own a shirt. You'd be so shredded.
dude, I'd be like I'd be so small. I don't even think my wife would. She would just look at me and be like, ew, why are you so small?
No, come on.
I would look like the freaking little. I know you know this movie, the little like the roach ants from Men in Black, the little roaches from Men
Oh
in.
yeah, 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 yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I would look. Oh my god. Oh my
But
god.
the tough part is in powerlifting, the weight class spread is so huge. To do three is like an almost unfathomable. It's almost you can't wrap your head around. It's such a crazy feat to do three because the weight class spread is crazy, man. We've seen two, and two is crazy. Shell versus Becky, like we've seen two, but two is crazy. You put it this way: you do two, you break Taylor's record for the amount of 74 kilo world title wins, and it's Taylor's record for God's sake. That's huge. Then you do two, you joined an elite class plus broke Taylor's. That could jersey in the rafters. Okay. If you can somehow do three, I swear to God, Perk, if it's you, but that's crazy.
No, yeah. Like I don't know if it sounds crazier, me saying that or Gavin saying he's gonna total 1,000. I don't know which one's crazier. I feel like
Look,
that yeah,
Gavin is the
93.
eternal believer. The thing is, he's such a good salesman in that moment. He's looking at you dead in your eyes and you're like, God damn, I'm take my money. I think this kid is the chosen one.
Yeah, I don't know which one's crazier, but I do think that like I do think it's possible. I'll just have to pick my poison and have a little bit of luck. Because it would I talked to Joe about this a year ago, and he was like, you should go down to 66. And I was like, to be honest, at that time, I was like, the 93 world record is only like 901. I think it was whenever Gavin
Right.
had hit it. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm at 850. I was like, bro, we can triple that. We can go up to 83 because 83 is only like 860 at that point. So
Mm-hmm.
like I'm like, boom, that's like we put 30 kilos on that. It's whatever. So we shoot for 900, we get 900. I was like, we can be way in at 83.5 and total over 901. I was like, it's
Mm-hmm.
possible. But now like everything's going crazy. Now it's like everyone, all these totals are going up now. So it's kind of like Joe might be right. I might have to try to trickle down to 66s and dip my toe in maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be 4 years from now, 2 years from now. 2 years from
If
now.
it's not you, I don't know who the frick else. Who else do you think could possibly do this? Three weight classes on the men's side. I get to on the women's side, of course, but
Oh, to be
three.
honest, I think I could do it if they really, really wanted to.
Who?
Sh-
Who?
Shell.
You think so?
I think Shell, if he like, because I know he's kind of like, I'm just gonna do whatever. He said that. I don't know if he's selling that type of how he's feeling and stuff like that. Because I think I saw his last post and it was really good. Um, but I think he could go up to 83 and be great. His bench would go up, his deadlift would go up, his squat
Mm.
would tank him as much because he'd have a little more weight on that back. I'm just saying, like, if the world record were to stay at 890 and he were to go up, give him a year, don't even give him a year, give him 9 months. I think Shell could do it. But
I mean,
I don't think it'll stay at that. So it'll take some time and for him to be serious or whatever. But I think if he were to right now decide to take things 100% seriously, he could do it. He could just because he's 166, he's 174.
isn't that crazy? You know what? Like Shell and Taylor were the first rivals actually. Before you came around with Taylor, it was Shell and Taylor, and they were bitter. They were came up. They came on the podcast talking shit at each other. Like I mean, like they were going at each other. Like this is like 2018 powerlifting beef, which is hilarious. And now like everything's changed. Like they're like in their mid 30s and family man, and they like take pictures together and whatever, which is hilarious in my shoes to see it. Like I like it feels good. And then they talk about war stories and they cheer each other on, like, go get them. And I remember I had Taylor on the podcast and I was like, who do you think is the GOAT? And he's like, to be honest with you, Shell. And like, over you though. And he's like, yeah, I put Shell over me. Like, you know how crazy that is that at one point they were toe to toe. Like you didn't want to give the other guy nothing. You don't
Mhm.
want to give him much. You're like this, you know how it feels when someone's trying to take away you got blah, blah, blah. We already covered all that. And that's how they felt with each other. And then like 10 years later, when they're looking back and Taylor's still in it, and he's like, nah, put Shell over me. It's like, oh my gosh, man. It's crazy how time changes people and they're like, but yeah, I don't know. It's also crazy that you ended up being both their rivals too. You're like, even though you're like a decade younger than them, and you came in and ended up
Yeah, to
going
be
head up with
honest,
both of them.
I'll be honest. I don't even think you can call me and Taylor rivals, to be honest. Dude was like still so far ahead. Like that's one thing that I guess I'll never get back unless I do go up and then he's still like
That's
competing in
true.
like
Can
that.
you? Oh my gosh, there's another
Taylor,
reason to go up.
yeah, maybe, but like we don't get that 74 battle ever again. And I wanted that so bad. But yeah, I think I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself Taylor's rival because I feel like he like walked all over me. Like I consider like a rivalry like Ashton and Bob. That's like a rivalry. That is a rivalry. I think like I consider that maybe like Taylor and Shell rivalry. Um, Russ and Russ and Sean.
Brett. No,
Oh,
that's not wasn't a rivalry.
Brett was 1 year though, right? Or was it because I thought Russ
Brett
came?
won one, Russ won one.
Oh,
They're
okay.
1-1.
Yeah, yeah,
They're one
yeah,
and one.
yeah. So then,
Oh, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you have to have do both parties need to have won one for it to be a rivalry? Because I would have said, you know what? Okay, when you first said Russ and Sean, I said no, that's not a rivalry. However, I don't want to look past the fact that they were contentious and there were people picking Sean, and it actually was a battle we're looking for. Like looking back, you'd be like, oh, it was all one way traffic.
Mhm.
However, just like you just said humbly about Taylor, but looking back, yeah, but I remember being there at the time, my friend, and you and Taylor were pushing each other. Like you pushed Taylor, Taylor pushed you. Like without Taylor, and you without him, like you guys literally were chasing 800 together. And I don't know. It depends. I know what you mean in terms of like it's got to be at least 1-1 or uh
I just think
I
it
don't
needs
know
to be
what is a
like,
rivalry.
yeah, I do think, I guess that was what I was trying to say. That was a good point. Yeah, I guess it was like one needs to have one for it to be a rivalry. I feel like it has to be a point where someone passes someone else at some time. Like if
Okay, okay,
I think it would have been a rivalry. Let's say if Taylor would have hit 800 first, and then I would have hit 815, and then he would have
okay,
beat
yeah,
me
yeah, yeah.
at Nats and went 838. I think that's a rivalry. I just think I was trailing him the whole time. So I don't consider it a rivalry of sorts. But I feel like with I don't know how it was with Sean and Russ either, though. So that still goes for your point. Like with Taylor and Shell, it was like a back and forth. With Ashton and Bob, it was like a back and forth as well. Like, oh, I did better than you here. You did better than me here. Or when we competed here, I did better than you. Or I won nationals this year. I won nationals. Like, there's that. So I mean, like, it just depends on which how you look at it and what you want to define it as. So I mean, like, you
So
could just, but
I'm gonna stick up for you here then. At the tail end, before Taylor left 74, you had moved ahead. And you didn't go head up, but you guys are still rivals. You were in the same weight class, vying for the same position, vying to be the best in the world in that weight class. And you had moved ahead in defense of you. That's why, like, honestly, when I think of you and Taylor, I do think rivalry, because there was like, there's no question you impacted his training, and he felt like he had to put the foot on the gas at times. Like, shit, this guy's on me, and there's no question you were chasing him, and it was legitimate. It wasn't like some pie in the sky, some kid in the stands yelling at Michael Jordan, be like, "I'm gonna get you someday," and he's like, "All right, kid." Like, no, you were legitimate. This was real, and you
yeah.
ended up surpassing him while he was still 74. That's why. But anyways, if you don't think so, that's fine. I respect that
No, no,
too.
no,
But
no. You convinced me now. No, yeah, yeah. You made a solid argument. You win.
okay, okay, yeah, yes,
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
leaving.
we're definitely rivals. I just, I guess from my point of view, I guess I was just saying because I feel like he was so far ahead. Um, at that
Only
point, like,
for a spot, only for spots. But you caught up, you
yeah,
surpassed, and took his record and extended, made us all think about it. And then he had to make decisions on his own as well. And like it was during the same era. It wasn't he was still a 74, you're still a 74. And I like look, I love Taylor, but you guys were rivals, and that was legit. And you pushed him and he pushed you, and you guys, when I remember that era, I remember all of that. And it's like powerlifting, it is too. Like, you go, I go, you go, I go. Sometimes I'm in the lead, sometimes you're in the lead. Then if we face off and you get the better of it, okay, cool. But then I caught up, got ahead, you caught up, got ahead. We went back and forth. We face off again. You get the better of it again. Okay, let's say you're 2-0. Great. But there were times when I was in the lead of that race. We could
hmm
pretend it didn't, but I did. We could pretend no, but I did though. And I put pressure on you, and I made you level up. And you got the better of the rivalry. If you want to say that, fine. But don't tell me it wasn't a rivalry. That's where I would say. That's why I'd be like, I'm okay with saying you got the better of it. But that was legit. That was legitimate. We had something going here. I wasn't dancing by myself.
yeah,
But
it was good. How much having like a Taylor? That's why I need Panel to get up, bro. Let's go. Let's get it moving.
there's there's
That's like like a big
you're in a
guy.
position there. There's an age gap between you and other people. And Penn is a star. He's got to gain weight. Like, you're in a bit of a position where you're waiting. I know what you mean. You
Yeah,
you don't have that rivalry yet. Nobody, what I just described, right now all we have is potential. But what I just described is someone moved ahead of you. Now you moved ahead of them. Now we're gonna settle it on the platform. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
yeah.
It it hasn't happened yet. We hope for it, but it hasn't. We're not there
Always,
yet.
always hope for it. Yeah, it'll. Yeah, we'll see. Another goal is just like go into competitions now and just be fine and not have to get angry and just lift whatever I want to lift and feel good. So we'll see how Worlds was a good start. We'll see how Advances goes. And if Advances goes good and I act happy. Oh, news about Advances I haven't talked about. My wife is gonna be my coach for
Oh wow,
Advances in Sheffield.
Sheffield,
And Sheffield, head coach at Sheffield.
dude.
Yeah,
That's no
yeah.
pressure. No pressure. Holy shit, man.
No, yeah,
Um,
it's gonna be it's just not Joe has two clients. He has me and Keenan. Me and Keenan. I don't know why I'm forgetting Keenan's name. And I was like, Keenan can just get you. I was like, I don't want it to come down to a final pool and I'm doing terrible at Sheffield. And then like you got to pick between. I refuse to let it be a little like I use this example all the time. The Amanda and
uh,
Danielle situation.
Mello,
Yeah.
Lawrence Mello, 2019.
Yeah. I'm
Classic.
not putting you in that
Can't
position,
happen.
bro. I'm not putting
No,
you in that
can't
position.
happen.
Because I'm gonna be like, why didn't you just add a few more kilos on mine? And
For
why'd you just
sure.
get him to try to outpull me? So I'm like, look, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'll let you, he can have you. It's cool. But I was like, Sid's good. She's been calling, like, technically been calling my numbers the whole time. Her and Joe
No,
always agree on things. So I
dude, no
think,
pressure though. Holy shit for Sid to be Sheffield handling you with that kind of money on the line. Like, holy shit. like,
she's like, thanks,
like,
Ryan.
like,
She's like, oh my God.
like if you make the wrong call, you go back to the hotel room, like, oh my God. Holy shit, this is tough. This is the
No,
toughest.
I have faith in her. I don't know.
You're
I
like,
don't
that was
think
our daughter's college money, by the way.
there goes tuition right there. Just gone.
No, no, she's not going to college. I'm just saying, someone had to say it with the break the ice. There it is. It's your fault. Fine, we're done. We're done. Don't bring it up again. But it's
No, yeah.
God.
She's like spot on with numbers all the time. She's always, and I don't think it'll come down to the last pool, so I don't think it'll be anything crazy. But if it were to, I trust her to put on because she sees me in person. Joe just watches videos. She knows everything. She knows when I'm honest. She can tell. She has a good tell. She knows how I lift and everything. So when it comes to like visualizing, she's better than Joe. Joe is just the like he crunches the numbers. He has like the more meat experience when it comes to like coaching, but like it's not. That's why she's coaching me. That's why she's handling me at Avancus comp because it's a different type of competition. You have to pay attention. If it comes down to the last deadlift, she'll put whatever it has to put on, and I trust her. I trust her calls more than Joe sometimes.
You know what? A funny story. So David Ricks, like a legend, obviously,
Yeah.
and his one thing was he would squat high in training, right? And everybody would get like he broke the world record in squat, but he would still squat high. But he's got so many world titles, world records, and everybody be gassing him up, including the people training him. And his wife would be like, "That was high." His wife will shoot him straight. That was high. I'm telling you, that was high because it's your wife. Your boy gassed you up, but your girl shoot you
Oh
straight.
no, she gonna
And
humble you.
he would be like, whatever. The fellas all say it was low enough, whatever. And she's like, they're lying to you. And he's like, I posted, and everyone in the comments said it's fine. And they're like, they're your fans. She'd be like, they're your fans. They're lying to you. And he'd be like, all right, well, you're not a referee. And then she goes, okay, fine. She went and took her fucking ref license and actually became a referee and posted up in the gym calling his squats on him. And he's like, God damn it. And he kept him honest, man. It's freaking like your
Oh yeah,
wife is not gonna lie to you.
that's like a story. This is before like we were married and we like just started dating, I think. Yeah, we had just started dating. And I was trying because she was still at Midland. So I drove up to see her at Midland. I was in Texas at the time, but drove up to Nebraska to see her. 13-hour drive, by the way. So if you talk about long distance, you can't handle long distance, you're lying. I drove 13 and a half hours to go see her twice and just did it. All right. But I remember training one day. This is a literally core memory. I'm training and I'm squatting and I'm like, everyone else is training there. Because they still have like their team practice, but I was in there just squatting just to squat because I needed to squat. And I'm like, I don't know what weight I was saying. I think I was squatting like I want to say like 260 or something like that. And I had to triple it or something like that. And I hit the first squat, and I swear from at least 50 yards. I don't know what that is for Europeans, but 50 yards, at least 50 yards away. At the front of the room, I'm at the way back. I'm eyeing her as I'm squatting. I squat the first rep, and I faintly hear her, but all I see is her say, "Go down more." No one else, everyone else, there's probably like 50 people in the room. Everyone else is like, oh, let's go, like good squat. And she's like, go down. And I'm like, all right. And I hit the next one, and
All in your death.
she's like down. Like she's like literally 50 yards away telling me, she's like, I don't care what anyone else in this room is saying, hyping you up for these squats. He's like,
Yeah.
we standards. We have standards. So like get down. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. She's like
Yeah. Yeah.
always been like this. She'll be like, that bench pause wasn't good enough. Are you sure that was low enough? She's like, are you sure you got 10 kilos more on you? I think we should just like chill out today, only go 5. Like she's like, I think people just think I just talk about her in like a good way, but no, she's like literally been assistant coach for the past 3 years. She can handle being head coach. So I'm excited. Like that's what I'm more excited for Advances. Forget the competing, forget the money. I'm ready for her to like handle me because it's gonna be so fun. I think it's gonna be a great time. Because I like when she like checks me too. I'll be like, I got
He
like 5 kilos,
checks you.
bro. I got
She's like,
five
get your
kilos.
shit
She's like,
straight. She gets,
literally, she's like, you got 5 kilos
really?
more? That move like a 9. Go sit down.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah.
Oh my, oh
You're like,
my
I
God.
have 5 kilos more, babe. She goes, those spotters almost saved your life. Like, relax. Get back there. We got bench press. Yeah,
No,
no
yeah.
shit.
So she's like, she's on top of it. She's not one of those girls that just sits back and is like, whatever you say, honey, whatever I say.
Mm.
That's
But
her.
I mean, she'll see all your lifts and like you said, she'll be there for all your training and she'll know if like did you sleep well, if you ate well, she'll know everything. She'll have traveled with you. She'll know everything. When you show up, Sheffield's the big one because of the money and the title attached to it. That's the big one. But it's collaborative as well. You got 60 seconds to talk. And if you try to bullshit her, she'll know, like, it'll be written all over your face. She'll be like, how did that move? And you're like, move
That's
great. She'll
another
be like,
reason. Yeah.
yeah, you'd be like, move great. Like she could read you. She
Yeah.
knows, like,
I
all
can
right,
lie to
I don't like
Joe.
that.
I can lie to Joe and be fine and Joe won't read it. I can be like, that was pretty good. And she'll be like, it wasn't that
Yeah, yeah.
good.
She'd be like, what's wrong with you? Everything's great. Everything's great, huh? Okay. All right. I know what that means. That means 5 kilos.
Yep. All right. 5 kilo jump. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
No,
Fair enough.
like, I think it'll be good. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited to see how she handles everything with Avances. Like we'll see, because I mean, like it depends on positioning. If we're close enough, why not pull for the win? If we're in a solid position, let's just take what we're gonna take planned wise. We've had the same plan since I don't know, since we talked to Joe about it, which was like 3 months ago or whatever. But um Joe will still be there. Joe's gonna be the assistant coach at Avances. And then I'll
Right.
have my best friend Rob come with me and be Sid's assistant coach because he watched me. My friend Rob watched me. He was my friend in college, so he saw me train all through college, plus till last year. This is the first year we haven't trained together since the past 5 years. So like he has a really good eye too. He knows my tails and everything, and he's a accountant, so really good with numbers. Amazing number
Mm,
guy. He was studied under Tim Anderson, Coach Anderson, one of the best meat day handlers on earth. I'm gonna say he up there with Matt Gary. People don't know him like that, but Tim
really?
Tim calls numbers. He's the reason that I
Mm,
got second my first nationals behind Taylor because that was the meet that Michael was supposed to beat Taylor,
yeah.
and Tim cooked those numbers up and make sure he's really good. So, um, no, yeah, I think I got a really good dream team. It's gonna be good both meets. Everything's gonna go great. I have no issues. I'm gonna stay healthy, and gonna continue being in the best 74 the world has ever seen.
It's good that she's got a little practice with Joe there. And you guys will have prep work is what's gonna save the day too, is
Mhm.
you guys go over best case, middle of the pack, worst case numbers. Then it's relatively easy. It's more
Mhm.
like, what are we thinking? We think in the middle, we thinking best case, we thinking worst case. How you feeling? What
Mhm.
happened? Whatever. You'll be all right. You'll go through it. She'll see it with Joe there with Avances. That's a perfect scenario for her to get him, get your feet wet in there. And then
Mhm.
for Sheffield, I mean, I'd be like nervous as a coach and everything. Like, oh Jesus, I didn't sleep. She'd be like, "How'd you sleep last night?" Because I didn't sleep. Because
Oh, yeah. Joe
I
was
need
so
my game day shit right
Joe
on.
was
I'm
so
on. I'm
nervous.
on. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be, but it's a hell of a story for your daughter, man. It's a hell of a story. Like you guys are on adventures together. Like what
Mhm.
kind of couple goes on adventures together like this,
Mhm.
taking on the world like that?
Making
You're right.
history.
Yeah, you're right. Well, listen, my man, we're closing in on 3 hours, by the way. Thank you for coming on the podcast. It's 8:45. But much appreciated, my dude. We covered a lot of ground. Obviously, good luck at October 11th.
Mhm.
Excited to see what you put forth. And I'll see you at SBD Austin. We'll hang out. We'll enjoy
We
the
gotta chop
show.
it up.
Some
We really didn't talk a lot last, like at Worlds. You were busy. I was sort of kind of busy. I got there late, so it's like, yeah, we'll definitely talk at SBD Austin. That'll be great. I can't wait
100%.
to watch a competition. I haven't been to one in so long. Ugh.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Unless you're competing, yeah.
the last one I watched, I'm not gonna count this Worlds. I'm pretty sure it was the Russ Jones flight. That was the last one that I watched. So
Dude, your impression, your reaction got memed and like people use it still to this day. It was so crazy. I know what you mean. It's like wild. It was a sports moment.
mhm,
It is what it is, but and then Sheffield will both be in Sheffield. It's different though. Like you were about to perform, so your
mhm.
experience is different than when you're just hanging out. At least SBD Austin, we could just hang out and enjoy
Yeah.
the show.
Mhm.
But anyways, my man, thank you for coming on the podcast as usual. Stay healthy. Good luck with all your pursuits. You got some massive goals, and if you hunt these bad boys down, we're gonna be doubling back on this podcast again.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
we'll we'll, we'll dig
Look,
back into the archives.
I'll see you in about a month. We'll see. I'll see you then. We'll schedule it right now.
Let's call it a month. Let's call it a month. All right, my man. And for everybody listening, as per usual, please do subscribe, give us high ratings, and until next time, six pack Lapadatt, six up, and we are out.